Hello. Okay, so. Oh no! Wait.
For 7 months.
Okay, he is moving. Okay, thank God. Thank God. Our savior, who will save us from your nasty Texans. Now, since I have only ever written good code, Eliza, thank you so much. Thank you so much for 10 gifted, and Tersios, thank you so much for 6 months. I of course, as a tech angel, I've never pushed anything broken to prod in my life. We are here to judge you. You stand before God, but if you repent, if you repent before us, maybe he will forgive you for your sins. So, Nightlight Wizard, thank you so much for the sub. Eliza, thank you again. This is why, again, my soldering iron is named after you. JKL, thank you for the prime sub. And Zilod, thank you so much for the prime sub.
I see many bugs that are definitely not features. This definitely is a feature.
Nerosabu, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And Hyperuki, thank you. Oh my gosh,
Minibot Fury.
Wow, Medmo doing classic Medmo things. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the 20 gifted. Thank you.
Our skins.
Angelical, yes. Red Fear, thank you so much. Thank you so much for 2 months. And Lambda Driver, thank you so much for the sub. What's going on? Gigachan gifters, real. Thank you so much, everybody. Fear. That one, actually, guys, I'm employed enough that sent shivers through me once again.
Gifters.
Toby, thank you so much for 6 months. Hello. I listen. I think you don't give yourself enough credit. I think you'll understand.
Though I won't understand anything said in this stream.
Muff
I wish
Day.
you a lovely stream.
Thank you so much, and welcome to Joe. Welcome Yinling Fox. Welcome Aaron Yeet. Thank you so much for 5 gifted. Oh my gosh. Okay. And Prometheus, welcome. Thank you for the follow. What a cute angel bot. Yes, whose praying hands are almost the same color as her torso. Nothing cuter. That's what I look for. Number one thing I look for in an angel is her arms are almost the same color as her body. Thank you. We did our best for you. Okay. I'm gonna unmute now. I'm gonna bring in the boy. Let's go. Hello? Hello? He still has himself muted. I imagine.
I'm sorry about your holes.
Yeah, so my computer is dying. Like, it's gonna die.
What? What do you mean it's gonna die?
Give it 10 minutes. I didn't use the frozen spinach. You should have told me to use the frozen spinach.
Bro, go get it!
I have none. There's no frozen spinach.
Do you have anything else frozen? Go to your freezer right now. Reaper Jack,
in my freezer?
Yeah, what do you have in your freezer?
What is happening? I think I'm overloading this. It's never been so bad before. It's probably your fault. It's the VTube. It's the VTuber model probably.
Yeah, let's switch to Foogies.
That's why. Foogies?
What?
testing in production.
Yeah, guys, this is the funniest possible start to the tech stream.
Hold on. I think I know what the problem is. Hold on. I think I'm encoding via CPU.
Ah, okay. Fix that right now.
Yeah. Give me 1 moment. Give me 1 moment. Hold on.
See, this wouldn't happen to me because I am an angel, and he is a mere priest. A man of God, but a man nonetheless, and therefore not immune to these kinds of sins.
Can you reconnect in NDI?
Oh, yes, sir.
And hopefully, I pray that this works without having to restart OBS.
I mean, whatever, man.
Whatever, man. Sure.
Theodore, thank you so much for 5 gifted!
It works. I see you.
Oh, nice. Okay. You see me?
Does it work for you?
Yeah, I see you. How are you?
Perfect.
How's your computer?
Am I moving?
Chugging?
Am I moving?
Yeah, you're moving. It's sort of slow and patchy type, but you're moving.
I think we can pull this off without frozen spinach. I think we're fine.
Wow. Setting a high bar. I'm amazed neither of us won Tech VTuber.
Mini bottle of.
Fortress Spy, thank you so much
Let me
for
turn
6
down the
months.
music. All right, I think we are prepared now.
Okay, perfect. And you have background music, right? You have like background music?
Tech God Roth is already
I
upon
think
us. Mini
the
boss
first
distress,
video
mini boss
that
distress,
popped up when
mini
I
boss
searched
distress.
church music on YouTube.
Oh my
I'm
god,
less
wait,
than
that's
1
so funny.
FPS. Less than 1 FPS on Eddie's stream. Are you for real?
Yeah, dude, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, I wanted to say something, chat. This worked when we were testing it.
Well, yeah, mostly.
What do you mean mostly?
I mean, you had to restart OBS like 4 times, dude. Don't lie to the good people.
But after we restarted, it worked. Keep
Don't
that in
lie to
mind.
these children of God. Sarah, welcome. Thank you for the follow. I would put worked in like loose quotation marks.
Well, it still worked more than it didn't work, right?
Yeah, I have no idea how to quantify that, but I'll put my stamp of approval on that. I'll go ahead and say yeah to that. Skull's Glory,
All
thank
right.
you so much for the
Am I
prize
still 1
sub.
FPS?
Huh?
Am I still 1 FPS?
Yeah, it's pretty rancid. Let me see if there's something I can do. Okay.
Potentially. Oh, I'm sending 252 kilobits per second.
Well, that would explain it. I'm gonna
And
go ahead
receiving
and say
10
this isn't
megabits
my
per
fault
second.
then.
Well, this is supposed to be sending... Oh, I can just turn this up.
Hmm?
Let's turn this up to Ultra.
What?
I've turned this up to Ultra. If my computer crashes, 07.
Yeah, real. I feel like this has gotta be... It's a little better.
Alexei 4 skits.
We
It's a
just
little
got
better.
2 frames in, like, living memory of each other.
Surely this is better now, right? Surely this is better now.
Super Pikachu
it's a little
gifted
better.
a tier 1 sub to Eva's 1, 2,
Super
3,
Pikachu!
4,
I need to
welcome!
see this. How do you
Thank you so much
quantify
for
a little
the
better?
gifted sub. Oh my gosh. And Faizo, thank you so much. What are we doing now? And I just, like,
I don't know.
move on your screen. Like, you just see me moving, like, the angel I am.
Chat? Chat? I think we're dead, chat.
Oh, frick.
I think we're dead.
Well, I can still
We're
hear
dead.
you.
We're dead. 07. I shouldn't have turned it up to Ultra.
Okay, turn it back down.
To be fair, this was fluid. This was fluid when we tested it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, see? You wanna switch to Fuji's then?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, we can switch to Fuji's.
Okay. Hiding you. Showing collab. Okay. You look Christmas themed? Didn't you have a priest one?
Oh, I'm Christmas themed. Oh, yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
I can swap it out right now. This is going perfectly, by the way.
Yeah, we're really in a position to judge other people's sins right now.
Give me a sec.
Okay.
Probably this one, right?
Yeah, that's
Is
the
it
one.
applied now?
Yeah.
All right. Nice.
Yeah, looks great. Okay, and I'm... Why doesn't it have my angel one? Did I not save it? How is that possible? It should have it. Wait, 1 second.
I'm waiting. Say something funny. I'm busy trying to set this up. What do you mean funny? My computer's gonna crash. And you want me to say something funny?
Yeah.
Why would you leave me here?
I'm back. And I'm gonna solve this. Live debugging on stream. Dude, I hate it here. This freaking... Oh my god.
I think it's working fine, right? All it took was... What is that, Fuji?
Okay, so...
Are you ready?
I'm not gonna have made an entire angel Fuji for nothing. That was too much work for nothing. Okay, I'm doing it now.
Wait, what is she doing?
Do you say Fuji or Fugi?
I say Fuji. Do you say Fugi?
I don't know, man. It goes either way. Do you say GIF or GIF?
Do you say GIF or GIF?
Yeah,
that's what I was asking.
Wait, you have to answer first.
GIF.
Okay, so why do you say Fuji and not Fugi?
Because it's a different word, and different words are pronounced differently, you know?
Well, I'm just saying, it seems like for consistency's sake.
English does not have any consistency, and you know that.
I think most languages don't, but yeah, English is particularly reprehensible. So, can you see, am I an angel now on your stream?
Yeah, I can see your Fuji.
Nice! And it's an angel?
Yes.
Okay, let me put this away. Let's go, chat! We did it! Fugi is someone's name?
Yes, it's the developer's name.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I didn't know that, man. Okay. Oh, crazy. He works for Vshoujo? Dang. Good.
I didn't know that.
Good for him.
All right. I think we are prepared. At least I am.
Yeah, prepared. That's, we'll call this prepared.
I mean, you said that we should call 1 hour before to prepare things. Maybe you should have said 2 hours.
I also said that I thought Fugis were fine.
What? No, you said everything was fine. You told me to make all of the decisions. You are so indecisive.
I'm not indecisive, I just don't care.
What's the difference?
Well, I'm quite decisive about things I care about. But in this case, you seem to have opinions, and I really didn't, so I figured you should make the decisions.
I didn't have any opinions.
I don't know, man. Opinions. You had opinions in several directions at once, which is what I would call indecision, where you were like, oh, we should read them out. Oh, but that's cringe. What do you think? Oh, we should do it, but it's so cringe. It would be funny, but it's so cringe.
So I was looking for input on this from you.
Yeah, I don't have any, man.
Any help.
I'm a VTuber. Do you think I care about being cringe? Yesterday I was a mermaid. What do you want from me?
That's a good point. That's a good point. I have nothing to say.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you want to read the first confession? Give us a whole bless me, Father, for I have sinned.
Oh, you want me to say that? I don't know the script. Can you do you have the script?
You were the one who said this.
I don't have it anymore.
So you want me to scroll up through our Discord conversation? I'm gonna throw you to the wolves, dude. We're on a welcome.
What if we don't say it? Or just because we can't find it? It'll be. Where is it?
I don't know.
It's fine without it. Come on.
Okay. Let's not do it. Okay. So, yeah. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It has been 10 years since my last confession. Yeah, I don't remember the rest of it, man. This priest is fake. Least scuffed Alex idea. Wait, this is incredible, dude. They're eating you alive in the comments.
Why are they so mean to me?
I don't know. I think it's cute. I think it's good.
So this was working pretty well on my stream. You know, I was 60 FPS. It was only on Ellie's stream that I was 1 FPS. So it's probably her fault.
Yeah, it's probably my fault.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Stupid VTuber doesn't know how to use tech.
We set up the whole NDI thing. It was working perfectly.
Perfectly.
The only thing that was missing was the spinach.
Ace doesn't. Thank you for the sub. See, that sounds again like a you issue. Like if you were a real engineer, you would have had spinach at the ready.
You were supposed to remind me of the spinach.
Was I? I'm sorry. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. I forgot to remind Alex to put frozen spinach on his computer.
Chat is asking me, why is the stream 10 seconds behind Deli's?
Wait. Why would it be? Why would it be? I mean, we're just using Fugies now.
Yeah, no. I think, I think my computer, had a small stroke at the beginning.
Welcome.
And
Fusion Dustro, thank you for the prime
I think this is gonna propagate. Yeah.
All right.
I don't think it's fixable without a restart. All right, chat. My chat will just be 10 seconds behind then.
Okay.
Unlucky for them.
Yeah, that's good. On a 10-second delay. That way, if one of us curses in the house of God, you can just mute it before it happens.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Super Pikachu, thank you for the prime sub. Okay. Do you want to read the first one or should I?
I can read.
Okay. Go ahead,
So-
and I will judge whether you will go to tech heaven or
Wait.
tech hell.
Wait, hold on.
Mhm.
Are you reading the things or not?
I mean,
I
wait.
don't
When you
feel like
say
I
the
made the
things,
decision.
do you mean reading the Texans or reading the Bless Me Fathers parts?
That one, the second one. We never reached a
Again!
decision, did we?
You
Again,
just
with the
said let's
indecisiveness.
not, so I figured we wouldn't.
Did I? Did I say
Yeah!
that?
You were like, oh, I don't know where it is, so let's not.
You're so right. I completely forgot about that.
I'm going on strike. The angels are unionizing.
Okay. So, we have the first submission here. Damn, some of these are long. They're so long, like... This is gonna take us 7 hours to read.
Yeah, cry about it.
So, someone says, I like to fall asleep with something playing in the background at very low volume, usually Twitch. This and other in-bed PC use cases... Should I interrupt this already, or should I read it to the end?
Interrupted already. I want to know what you're thinking about in-bed use cases.
In-bed use... There are no use cases for in-bed PCs.
Yeah,
in my humble
in-bed
opinion.
use case is just a bad... It's a bad sentence to... It's a bad clause. It's not even a sentence. It's a bad clause.
Not even a
Totally,
bad clause.
Chloe,
You're
welcome.
talking in terms of English. I'm talking in terms of the actual activity. Like, this
No.
is... In it of itself, it's a sin.
Yeah,
In-bed use
yeah.
cases for the PC, it's a sin.
there's no reason
You
for
should
the
not
PC to
use-
be in the
Yeah.
bed. Like, you can have a mouse
Exactly.
and keyboard. Bring it to your bed. I don't care, man. That's
Wait,
between you
wait.
and God.
That's still a sin, though. That's still a sin. The
think
bed
it's
is only
fine.
for resting. The bed isn't for gaming. The bed isn't for gaming.
No, they're
You're
not
not supposed to do it in
gaming
bed.
in bed, but like, I don't know. I guess if you want to like watch some TV in bed, right? I totally understand if you want to hook your PC up so that you can stream it to your TV, and then if you want to have like a little mouse and keyboard wireless that's like next to your bed, I will forgive you. Listen, some people, you're on bed rest, you're sick, whatever. I don't care, man. But the PC shouldn't be on the bed itself. There's no reason for that.
Can you even, like, who would even do that?
I do that.
Well, I don't... PC in bed?
Oh, not the PC. Again,
Ah.
only the mouse and
Okay.
keyboard.
Okay. This and other in-bed PC use cases necessitate that I buy a passively cooled PC. Unfortunately, because they are already limited to very low performance, these PCs tend to be made very cheaply, and this one in particular is one of those that are glued together and impossible to maintain. At a certain point, the eMMC memory, soldered to the board directly, gave out, which was the only bootable memory in the PC. The only option left was booting from USB. After arduous trial and error, during which I found out that OS that runs purely on RAM does not in fact do that, and instead tries to copy temporary files to a drive on the PC,
What?
my solution was just to tape a cheap USB-C dock with power delivery and boot it from a flash drive.
I don't like that. I don't like that at
I
all.
managed to destroy multiple flash drives by too many read-write cycles.
Wait,
Hold on, what?
how is this the best solution? How is this easier than just having your computer be next to your bed? Look at it! Oh my god!
What is this?
It's really bad, dude. Is it taped on? Are those command strips? I think those are command strips. I think it's like taped on there.
It looks like that, yeah.
Wow.
It looks like that. Well, first of all,
Hell for this person.
this is a laptop. This is a laptop. It's not a PC, first of all.
What is the difference?
So,
Like,
A laptop is a laptop and a PC is a PC, you know?
well, but like I would consider both technically PCs. I would just consider a laptop like a subtype of PC. You know what I mean?
Well, bringing a laptop in bed isn't as big of a sin as bringing an actual computer into bed, you know?
That is true. That is true. There's a way that this is better. But there's also a way that this is worse because, again, this implies that they have this purely for bed. They have a bed computer and a non-bed computer.
Wait. That's actually such a good idea.
What?
You can have one computer. Think about it, right? Think about it. You can have one computer that sits on your desk or below your desk or whatever. And then when you need to go in bed, you have like a portable version of the computer. So you don't need to do any
you don't even have
sins
one
by
working computer. You want people to have two?
You don't need to commit any sins by bringing the PC unit or the mouse and keyboard into bed. You know,
Wait,
you can
so
just
you
bring the
think it's
laptop.
less cursed to bring a laptop into bed than to bring a mouse
Yes.
and PC into bed?
Yes, I think it's less cursed. Why would it not be? Laptops are literally meant for this.
Laptops are not meant for bed. That's why most of them aren't passively cooled.
I mean, it doesn't matter what
Laptops
they're
are not meant for bed.
You can do whatever you want with them. That's the whole point. It's a laptop. It's portable. You do whatever you want with it.
I don't like this. I don't like this direction. I don't think this direction belongs in the house of God. Okay, I'm saying hell for this one. Apparently you're saying heaven?
I think we're supposed to give them penances. I think that's how confessions work.
Oh, I don't know, man. Okay.
I don't know either.
Do you think how many Hail Marys for this? How many Our Fathers?
For this? I think one is enough. I think this is not that big of a sin.
Okay, one Hail Mary, one Our Father, and please consider what you've done.
Please do that.
Okay.
And we will see you again after.
Onward. I think if they are too long, we will just kind of like skim and summarize. Does that feel right to you? Like,
Yes,
this
there are
looks
some
okay.
novels here.
Smile.
Yeah. No, there are people writing like 8 paragraphs.
Mhm.
Calderon, welcome! Simcom, thank you so much for the prime sub. Okay, so
Alright.
this one is mine to read.
Mhm.
Okay, bless me, Father, for I have sinned. I didn't want to pay for an IPv4 address on Hetzner, 1.7 euros monthly, hosted in Germany. What I do have is a free Oracle instance hosted in Osaka, but I didn't want to open any ports for a... Oh, no. Oh, dude, this is already going south. Instead, I installed zero tier on both hosts, set up IP tables to forward all What? Okay, how is this better than just opening a
Hold
port
on.
for a VPN?
Why? Well, yeah, exactly. Just open a port.
Why is this better than opening a port? So every time I hit an IPv4 endpoint on the Hetzner instance, GitHub, Twitch, etc., my port packet has to travel from Germany all the way to Japan, all the way to wherever the server is hosted and back?
I mean, if it works, it works,
Why
right?
did no one tell me we
The
had
latency
an
isn't that
unofficial
bad,
LAI
okay?
business meeting?
The latency isn't that bad. It's like going to Japan and back, like what, 500, 300 milliseconds?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
in
think
fairness,
it's that bad.
you're like there are a lot of times there are a lot of times where your packet is going to be doing that anyway, right? Just in the course of regular internet use. But this is bad. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't just why wouldn't you just open a port?
I mean, he said he didn't want to, right?
Well, I mean-
he just didn't want to. That was his motivation.
Is that valid? Are his feelings just is that just valid for us? Is just he didn't wanna?
Well, it's not really our job to play down other people's feelings.
Right,
If
no,
people
it's-
feel, yeah, we
it's
need to take
God's
that into
job.
account. Yeah. I think this is perfectly valid. I don't think you have committed any sin here.
Really?
I think this is
This is
I think
fine
this is
with
perfectly.
you. You are
Yeah,
too
I think this is fine.
permissive. I am beginning to question the sanctity of the church. Bacon Phoenix, welcome.
I mean, I don't see any problems with this. It's just one round trip to Japan. Again, 300 milliseconds. At the end of the day, you're not even gonna feel it.
No, I mean I know
It's just-
you're not gonna.
Yeah. So then, where's the sin?
Well, it just doesn't seem like the proper way to do such a thing.
When when does anyone do the proper thing?
I feel like most people do most of the time.
Yeah, but should we be judging them?
Let's move on. If you don't think this is a sin, then
I
they
don't
have
think this is a sin.
no penance to say. I'm excited to see you actually dislike something, because so far you've been okay with all of these. Okay, next.
Okay. I sent a weather balloon to 38 kilometers running on a super hacky Raspberry Pi. There was a main program, Rust, that fed a Python program via STDN that sent
Why?
data over serial. I also couldn't figure out how to take pictures with the camera from Rust, so I had it call a shell script. The code crashed 166 times during the flight. It was found almost 3 days later in a tree, having sat through the rain for multiple nights. When I got back, the Raspberry Pi was soaked in water and had bent.
How did it bend? How did it get bent? I don't understand. How did it bend? What do they mean
Maybe
by
it
that,
fell?
dude?
It couldn't have fallen, right? If it was a weather balloon.
I mean, yeah, no, a weather balloon.
The entire outer shell was made out of pink duct tape and used an 8-pound parachute. Fell at over 100 meters per second initially. How? Did the parachute break? Let's see the
I don't
image.
understand. I don't even understand what I'm looking at here, but it's bad. Oh my god.
Gonna be honest, I have no idea how to open this image in OBS.
Just drag it in, dude. Just drag it in, dude.
It's telling-
Okay.
It's making me write a comment. It's making me like highlight a portion of it and write a comment.
Wow, I mean, they got some beautiful pictures, though. Yeah, but one can see what's happened right around here. You see, if I were to be searching for artifacts in this data, this would seem to be a little bit of an outlier right here. Yeah, no, those pictures are gorgeous, dude. I'm amazed that they managed to get those with truly one of the worst setups I've ever heard of.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm still trying to get the image to load.
Well, okay.
There we go. We can look at this. Those images are indeed very pretty. I feel like just from that image alone, I feel like this was not a sin, just because they were able to capture that very pretty image. I feel like in some instances, right, regardless of how many bad things you do, if you do one good thing, all of your sins are just wiped immediately.
Well, that is a moral philosophy. I don't know if it's my moral philosophy, but it is a moral philosophy.
You can see the curvature of the earth.
Yeah, it is beautiful. Okay. So, like, just looking at this, why was the... Oh, shoot, I just got a raid. One moment, please. Wait, did your reactive just change? Ruru, thank you so much! Ruru, thank you so much for the raid! Welcome, raiders! Hey! We still need to hang out. I have not been good about planning that. But did I add you on Discord? I think I did, right? We gotta plan something. Also, sorry I'm angel mode today. We're judging people's bad tech things that they've done. We're judging people's tech sins. It's it is a collab of all time. Welcome, raiders! Yes! Oh my gosh! I want to hang out with you, dude. Okay. I've gotta get back to this collab. But like, DM me. I think I added you on Discord. If I didn't, I will realize that shortly after the stream ends, and I'll fix it. What's a Texan? Bad code. Something you duct taped together. Something you made that worked, but only by the seat of its pants. You know? That's what we're here to judge. That's what we're here to judge today. Okay. I'm getting back to it. Yeah, connecting an LED without a resistor is a pretty basic example of like, yeah, that's a Texan. You oughtn't do such a thing. It's not best practices. Okay, I'm back, dude.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Okay, so I am actually inclined to agree with you. I think, first of all, they shouldn't have... Why did they write the main program in Rust if they couldn't figure out how to take pictures from Rust and the, program that they were using to send data was Python anyway?
I do think that the biggest sin is writing a shell script to take the photos.
Yeah, that's really
because
funny, dude.
I'm like 90% sure Rust can just directly execute.
Yes!
Yeah.
There's no reason to do that. Did they not
any
Google?
kind of system.
Cuthouse, welcome!
But at the same time, looking back in my previous experiences, I have also done stuff like this.
Really?
So,
Stuff like that?
Yeah.
Well,
like adding batch scripts. Well, also, right, we have to give them props for using Rust.
do we? Why?
Because they wanted the code to run fast and be good. I don't know.
It's a weather
that's what
balloon.
they've told me.
It's a weather...
Yeah.
How fast does it need to be?
I mean,
It's
what
a
else would you
weather
write it in?
balloon!
I mean, to be fair, no, they used Rust to compensate for the Python.
Listen,
They used Rust to compensate for the
here's what
Python.
I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Programming languages are tools in a toolbox. Each one is right for a different situation. None of them are right for every situation.
There is one specific language that can be used in any situation.
Well, can be used in any situation is not the same as is the best choice for any situation.
There is one programming language that is the best in any situation.
What is it?
C#, obviously.
That's the worst take I've ever heard in my life.
Bro, the only thing C# isn't good for is what? AI.
I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't
The only thing C#
bro.
isn't... It's only bad for AI, and I guess embedded systems. Apart from that,
Yeah, it's absolute
everywhere.
garbage for embedded systems, dude. So okay. So aside from two really enormous use cases, it is the best in every use case, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what
You
I'm
do
saying.
know what every means, right?
So I believe that every is subjective, right? When you have like thousands and thousands of use cases, if there's only
Not
two use
subjective,
cases,
bro.
if you have only two use cases that don't really work, they're just insignificant, They're just insignificant.
Okay, let's move on from this. I think this person only has to say one Hail Mary because they took some beautiful pictures. I think you have to say 12. Let's go
I'm gonna
on.
be honest, I have no idea. What is a Hail Mary? Is that an American thing?
No, it's a... Bro, you ever been to a church?
In Romania? Not whatever... Wait, what is... Oh, this thing? Is that
Yeah.
what it's called in English? Okay.
Gamehead, welcome! Yeah,
Alright. You learn
Hail
something new
Mary,
every
Queen of God and Heaven or whatever. I don't know, man. I don't remember it, but I know that it starts with Hail
So
Mary.
you haven't been to church either.
Not recently, no. You
should
going on
probably go
Christmas?
sometime.
Yeah, maybe I'll go on Christmas. Maybe I'll do midnight mass because it's spooky and I like that. Hail Mary, full of grace. Thank you.
All right, you want to read the next one? It's
Yeah,
it's a link.
Ooh, that's
Do you guys think I have the ability to open this on stream? Do you think
yeah,
I
I
know how
don't
to
think
do
we
that?
should. I don't know if we should. Okay. I'm gonna open
Right.
it out of the goodness of my heart. But I want you guys
Also,
to
this is
know
one-
I don't have to do this for you. I'm doing this because
This is
I
one
am
of my
truly
mods.
angelic. Oh, this is one of your mods.
This is one of my mods. Yeah.
This is the
I have
JSON.
no idea
that
what they sent.
we get back from Billy. Oh, question: do you say JSON or
Mhm.
JSON?
I think I use both. Like just off the top of my head, Jason. So I guess neither of them. I just say Jason, like the person's name.
Okay, yeah. Not bad. Okay, question: do you say SQL or SQL?
SQL, of course.
That's...
That's what.
It's longer to say and it's less correct, but that's all right.
How do you say MySQL then? Or do you say MySQL?
MySQL, yes.
Okay, what about SQLite? Do you say SQLite?
I say SQLite.
Nah.
That's
Nah,
the
so here's
official
thing.
name,
There's
bro.
In SQLite, you say 2 L's in SQLite, right? But SQLite has only 1 L.
No, it doesn't. SQLite. Are you just saying
it's
that it's
like
like one? You combine
SQLite.
them? Are L's so hard
No,
to
no,
say? Are you
that's
running?
what it's-
Do you have an L budget for month?
That's literally
Because
what
I've
it's
seen your
written as.
streams and it doesn't
It's
seem like you're
written-
limiting your L's at all, dude.
That was uncalled for. That was uncalled for.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That was
sorry.
uncalled for.
I'm sorry.
The
I'll say Hail
official name
Marys.
is SQLite. That's the official name. There's only 1 L.
Okay. We're still friends, right? The silence. Oh my god.
Right. What is this? Are you opening up this JSON
Yeah.
on stream?
I just opened it and I was gonna skim it and look at it. Okay, so this is the JSON that we get back from Billy. I don't know what they're trying to do with it, so I don't know how bad this is.
How are you? I haven't even opened it on stream. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
So according to
Kokoroko,
them,
welcome.
this is the JSON that they get back from Billy, or something.
Yeah.
Are they showcasing the fact that at the bottom there's just a huge
There's just
array?
like a lot of numbers and values that are unlabeled and it's kind of unclear what to do with them. I think that's probably what it's about. Okay, are we ready to move on? Because honestly, this doesn't look like a sin. This looks like an unfortunate thing about Billy's API and not this person's fault.
Yeah.
Okay. You have not sinned, my child. Let's move on. Well, this is his to do, but he's muted, I guess.
No, I'm here.
I'm so sorry. No,
here.
dude, I'm just being a jerk. Please tell me if it's too much.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You should also confess your sins. You should also atone for them.
I'm sorry. I haven't been very nice to Alex. Please know, I was very intimidated by this collab. I think you're a very talented developer. And I am, I was very nervous about this. I have a lot of respect for you. I'm being silly, but please know that I have the utmost respect for you.
Are you trying to flatter me?
No, I was just apologizing.
You kind of stun locked me there for a moment. I'm way better at arguing with people.
Okay, I'll keep that up then. We'll keep up that dynamic. But please know, I okay, onward.
All right. So, someone else says, I was told off by my dad for storing passwords in plain text during a school project, so I learned how to hash. But then my computer science teacher couldn't understand the code because she had never heard of hashing.
What? Okay.
I also thought systems could only go to 8-bit because that was the maximum in the course. So when I told her that 32-bit systems existed, her mind was blown.
Kavaka, welcome. So
I mean, this is a sin committed by the teacher.
It would be easy to dunk on the teacher, but I do want to say a lot of the time math teachers are this is just kind of thrown at them. Like school people don't know that like math and programming are not the same thing. So they'll be like, "Hey, you're a math teacher. Now this is your job too." And she'll be like, "Okay, I guess I have a summer to learn this." Like I do want to say it's not necessarily her fault, but I do think that this person hasn't sinned at all. His dad reminds me of my dad. My dad, oh my god. I remember making my first email. I was like sitting on his lap. We were on his computer and he was like, "It's time for me to teach you how to make an email." And he was like, "What do you think you should use for a password?" And then everything that I said, he was just like, and he was like, "You have to randomly generate a password. You have to randomly generate a different password for every single application. And then you have to memorize it and you can never write it down anywhere. And you also can't forget them." This was like drilled into me as a child. I don't know,
Your
man.
parents taught you that?
I've got some trauma. Yeah.
In my family, I taught my parents that. So it went the other way around. Also, if we're dunking on teachers, I had a computer science teacher in like early high school that thought you couldn't use multi-quotes or double quotes in strings because if you used double quotes in strings... Wait.
Trey, welcome!
No, hold on. I'm trying to remember the story. So we had some kind of a programming exercise. Oh yeah, she thought that she thought that the strings, if they contained a variable name, the variable would be replaced inside of the string. So you would need to be careful what you named your string or your string variable, so that they're not replaced inside of other strings.
That's hilarious.
That's what she taught us. Yeah.
My comp sci teacher in high school was very smart. He did nothing wrong. He knew what he was doing, but he did have really aggressive arm hair to the point where it was sometimes distracting during class. It was so long. I've never seen arm hair so long in my life.
Why are we talking about arm hair?
Well, we were talking about our computer science teachers in high school.
That's such a random thing to bring up about your computer science teacher.
Well, I don't remember literally anything else about him because he was fine and pretty boring.
You only remember his arm hair.
Yeah, I didn't pay a lot of attention in that class.
All right.
Okay.
Let's move on to the next one.
So this person, again, not a sin. Do better. Okay, this was a life decision that I witnessed during work. A web application that served groups contained a members directory page that would show you who is in your group and only your group. When this directory is requested, the server would actually send the entirety of the user table. This included data such as full name, phone number, email, the group they're a member of, and each user's hashed passwords.
They were hashed. At least they were hashed.
To clarify, this was the entire user table, including all other group members and even the administrator's information. The developers apparently thought it was okay to use client-side JavaScript to parse through the data and that no one would be able to see anything they shouldn't. Okay, this is a proper sin, but again, this isn't this person's sin, right?
Yeah, it's someone else's sin. To be fair,
Hi, Shuvi!
not even paginated? Just the entire user
Just
table?
the entire user. That's like so funny. Oh my god. That is hilarious. I think that's funny enough. The person who did this obviously should burn in hell, but the person who just witnessed it, you've done nothing wrong as long as you reported it.
To be fair, it depends how long ago this happened, because if this happened recently, then yeah, it's a very massive sin. But if this happened a long time ago, you know, when jobs were still adjusting to the new technological workflow, setting up databases and stuff,
That's still
people
bad,
didn't
dude.
know how to. People didn't. There weren't that many people that knew how to reverse engineer web apps.
Okay, but if one
Or
of
look in the
them,
network tab.
if one of them does, right? If someone social engineers their way into one of these interfaces, they now have your entire user table.
Yeah. Which is really funny.
Onigiri last fan!
It's just incredibly funny.
Thank you so much. Yeah, this is
do
very
think
funny.
it's like an Easter egg. It's like an Easter egg. You know, you need to have some Easter eggs sometimes.
Yeah, that's that's what I say when I dox people too. It's an Easter egg.
You shouldn't publicly admit it though.
Mm-hmm.
We don't talk about it here.
Yes. Okay. So next one. This is all you.
Oh, this is mine? I wanted a sink in the basement. The water source line comes from a clothes washer supply and goes through 3 adapters in the sink. The output also goes through 3 adapters, then out a tube that goes to a drain in the floor in the middle of the room. What? Wait, let's see the image here.
Oh. It's not good. You're not gonna like it.
What is this?
First of all, it's huge. Let me just make that smaller. Let me just size this down a little bit. Jay, welcome. Okay.
I think this is a tiny bit out of my area of expertise. I cannot judge this.
So, I mean,
Maybe you can tell me more.
it is I mean, I'm also no plumber, but right, if we just think about this as like wiring, right? Let's just imagine that this was wired, right? So
Yeah.
the output goes through 3 adapters. So I would imagine just like compare that to you've soldered your wire to like a right?
I just saw the adapters now.
Yeah.
I just saw the adapters now.
Yeah, and you've had it going through, and then also on top of that, so there are just like a lot of places where this could break. And also,
Yeah.
it shouldn't look like that. And then out a tube that goes to a drain in the floor in the middle of the room. That should not need any explaining for why that's not the best.
I have seen people do this, like put their washing machine tube just out in the middle of the floor next to the drain, or in their bathtub.
In their bathtub!
I've seen people do that. To be fair, I don't think this is that egregious. There are so many bad things that you can do, and this works, right?
Okay, so is your qualification for bad gonna require? Because you haven't been upset with any of these.
No, these are perfectly fine. How are these sins? Actually, one small thing that I have to mention: why is this curved? It would be better if it was straight instead of curved. That's like one thing I'm gonna mention.
That's the issue.
Yeah, that's the issue.
This is the
look,
problem.
One person agrees with me.
You're way too. You're one person. Bro,
Yeah,
we've
one
got
person agrees with me.
1,195 viewers right now. We have one person who thinks you're right.
As long it's an echo chamber, one person agrees, that's fine by me.
Okay, fair. I'm sure that's valid. Okay, onwards and upwards.
All right. This one's yours.
Sometimes the 4 eyes principle just means me. I wear glasses, so it's fine.
Forgive me, for I have sinned.
Well,
I
okay,
use
so do you know
Python
the
for
4 eyes
everything
principle?
because learning another language
I have not
sounds
heard of
harder
it,
than
no.
just importing another library.
That is
Should
fair.
I have heard of it before?
Sir DS, that is fair. Also, thank you so much for the sub. Okay,
He's
so let me
muted.
pull it up so that I make sure I get it right. 4 eyes. Informational leadership. Wait,
Mhm.
where is it? Where is it?
The 4 eyes principle is a mechanism that requires that any activity within organization should be reviewed by another competent person.
Yeah, so it's like it's just
the
me.
2-person rule.
Yeah,
It's the 2-person rule. Yeah.
but with
All right.
yeah.
And this person says that sometimes the 4 eyes principle means just them.
But they
That
wear
it's fine because
glasses,
they wear
so
glasses.
it's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
this doesn't necessarily seem like a sin, right? Like,
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Yeah, like, you don't actually have someone review everything. The company says that to cover their butts. Like, your boss requires that to cover their butt, but, like,
Mhm.
no one actually has a second pair of eyes on everything, you know? Michel-san,
If you have
welcome!
glasses, you automatically have a second pair of eyes.
Yeah,
on
wait, do you
everything.
wear glasses? I wear glasses.
I wear glasses as well.
Hey, see? We're set. We're fine.
Yeah.
Fungayo, welcome! Okay, next one is yours.
Couldn't find my thinner gauge wire, only found one color and had to make it fit. Oh, I don't want to open this. Also had to redo 3 of the wires multiple times in a pinch.
Oh.
Ignore the load-bearing strip of electrical tape hiding a shared wrapped GND. Wait.
Oh. Thank you so much for the 2-3!
Look out!
Yeah, I've actually seen this one already.
Bro!
Yeah.
Hold on. I need to flip this. This is so bad.
Yeah, it's not ideal. Oh my god, why are they all huge?
Chat, I'm trying my best.
There we go.
There we go.
Look at it!
So
Look
they
at
have 1, 2, 3. What even is this?
it! It's my antenna.
Oh.
I didn't make this,
Is this
though.
yours?
No!
Is this yours?
No, this is Wolf's.
Okay, so I keep saying this, right? If it works, it works. I don't think this is gonna work.
It does. It works. I've seen it. However,
Okay, just
my
because
fear
it
is
works,
that it won't work long term. That's the thing about
That's what
your
I'm saying.
if
That's what I'm
if it
saying.
works, it
Brother
works.
always has a second
Yeah.
set
Thing.
of eyes.
I
That's
don't
what I'm
trust
saying.
it.
Called the NSA.
Thank you,
To be fair,
Prodigal-san.
I have done.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should say this. So I don't know if I should say this. So there was one time where I cut the the charging wire on my flex with the flex twice. So I fixed it once and then it happened again.
Explain to me, like, the posture in which you were using. How does this happen? How do you do that?
Talk about it. I want to talk about it. I should have brought it up.
So obviously, this is
so.
There are no moving parts here. I don't think this is gonna break necessarily, but it is awful. Okay. Explain now.
Like these hold up. Like these fixes hold up. I still think that flex that I fixed twice in the same day. I still think it has been holding up pretty well to this day. It hasn't had any problems, and it's been like what? How many years since then? So if you do this properly, it should not matter, I think.
Yeah, I mean, clearly this isn't the ideal solution, but also clearly it worked. So we'll go good for you, Wolf.
Are you also inclined to say if it works, it works, and this is not a sin because it works?
No,
because it seems you're kind of going towards that.
No. So in the case of the plumbing issue, I don't think if it works applies there, because all of those joints are an individual like point where it could break, right? And so I don't think that if it works applies there. However, this I don't think that this is going to break because there is no flexion,
There's
right?
no moving parts.
It doesn't have to move through anything. I don't actually think that this is going to break, and no one is going to see the inside of it, right?
Yeah. The only sin is how ugly it is, but you just cover it up, and then that's it.
Yeah.
No one has to see it.
So I think I am okay with this one. If only
so
because. Okay. So next one.
I think so too. Out of sight, out of mind.
Okay. So you know how Python's not known for its speed? Yes. It has the global interpreter lock and stuff, makes parallel computing basically infeasible. Yeah. For some scientific computation, I had a use case where I had to evaluate mathematical expressions over a large range of values for a large number of variables. Precision was important here, so I couldn't afford to do GPU programming. Okay. These equations were constructed in Python, but the evaluation takes around a few hours to finish. To make this faster, I wrote something in Python that generates highly parallel Rust code. Dude, this is actually not. This is not a sin. This is actually very.
This is very sick.
Very cool and hot of you. Yeah. For every evaluation of the equation, the Python code generates code, builds, runs, parses the result before it continues execution. The Rust program spits out results in 5 minutes compared to what would originally be a few hours in Python. Yeah. No, not a sin. Very hot.
Yes. To be fair, in order to do this, you need to know Rust, though, right? So why wouldn't you just use Rust in the first place?
I don't know. I mean, like, it makes sense if this is like part of a larger framework. You know, they're saying they're doing scientific computation. I don't know if it's their lab. It might be that like all of this is part of one big, right? Like Python script.
Perhaps.
I would believe that. I would imagine that this person, knowing all of this, wouldn't have just like chosen Python.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
So anyway. Why not just write a?
This is honestly great.
Yeah, this is great. Not a sin. Not a sin. You don't.
I have done this as well. Actually, like 8 years ago, I was writing batch files to generate my C# files. It's very comparable. It's very comparable. It's the exact same thing.
That's the exact same thing. That's the
exact same thing.
Exact same.
It's highly comparable. It's highly
Station,
comparable.
welcome. Yeah.
So I know the feeling. I know the feeling.
Yeah, I'm sorry, just laughing at that. Okay. Onwards. Okay. This one is yours, right?
Let's see. I disassemble a random person's Xbox 360. Okay.
Why?
We will see why, but I guess just from the beginning, right? If you are able to put it back together, there's no sin.
I would agree.
Let's read the continue of the story. If you put it back together, no sin. I was at a party with some fellow college buddies. Just on a whim, I decided to disassemble his 360 just to learn its parts and design. No one was watching me, and I had the room to myself for a few hours.
This isn't a party then! What do you mean?
Is that what you do at your party? Is that what you do at a party?
You sneak
find the
away, you
room for
hide in
yourself?
someone's private... Okay, so there was like a living room, I'm guessing, and then there were like a bunch of rooms off of that room. This guy snuck into... He says a random person, so it wasn't even like his friend. He snuck into like a random person at this party's room, found their Xbox 360, and decided to disassemble it.
However, I forgot how to piece it back together and left the party early.
This isn't a Texan, this is just a regular sin!
This is a crime.
You just did a crime! You just broke someone's...
Then out of frustration, I took my own PS3 apart. What? How? So you disassembled a 360. You had no idea how to put it back together, right? And out of frustration, you decided to go ahead and disassemble your own PS3. It took me a few days to piece back my PS3 together, but I never went back to fix the 360, and I heard they had to get a new one later on.
No!
It's a crime. This is vandalism, isn't it? It's literally vandalism.
You broke someone's console! You just broke it! Why would you do that?
I do have to say, the funniest thing is that they were at a party, and
They
no one was watching me, and I had the room to myself for a few hours.
That's so freaking weird. Could you imagine
It's
if you
not a
threw
party.
a party and then some random guest was just like in your room alone for hours?
Disassembling your Xbox.
Oh my god! Yeah, no. I'm not even qualified to deal with this. You're gonna have to talk to some actual angels, not tech angels.
I think this person, their penance is jail for this, probably.
Yeah, you.
Their penance is
At
jail.
the very least, like a fine. Okay. Jesus.
At least pay them for the Xbox. How long ago
know.
was this? I mean, if they mentioned Xbox 360 and PS3, it was probably a long time ago, right?
Yeah. That's so
What is the
sad.
statute of limitations? What is the statute of, like, 15 years?
I don't know, man. Doesn't it vary state by state, country by country?
I have no idea. I think it's 15 years in America.
I don't know. Why do you know that and I don't? Wait, why do you know that in the first place?
I don't know. General
Giacomo,
knowledge.
welcome.
Shouldn't you know that? Wait,
No,
can chat
dude, 'cause
confirm?
I don't do a lot of crimes, so I've never had to think about this.
I also am not an American, so I would not have had to think about this, even if I were doing crimes, which I'm not doing any crimes. Can you imagine walking in on that?
No, dude.
On the Xbox 360, just you open, you want to go back to your room or something, you open the door, you just see a random dude sitting on the floor with your entire Xbox on the floor, all of the parts scattered, and then he just looks up at you.
Yeah, God, just like looks up at you from the floor, just the expression of like... Okay. Yeah, I do a little crime. Everybody does a little crime. You know, like I jaywalk, right? What other crimes have I
Come on,
done?
that's not a crime. That's not a crime, come on.
It is technically a crime, so I've done a little bit of crime.
Even so, we don't have to think about technicalities. A crime is something that is morally wrong, not something that is illegal.
Really? You would only consider something a crime if it's morally wrong.
Yes, and most illegal things are also morally wrong, so they have a big overlap. Except jaywalking. Jaywalking is not morally wrong.
I don't think that's the definition of crime, dude.
That's my definition of crime. People can have their own definitions, right?
No! If you're arrested for a crime, you can't just be like, actually, it wasn't a crime because I think it wasn't morally wrong, and everyone is entitled to their own definitions. You can't do that, dude.
What would you be arrested for?
Genesis,
What would you be arrested
welcome.
for?
What would I be
As I
arrested
said, most crimes are morally wrong, right? So there's a 99.9% overlap there.
for? Mm.
Like, the only things that, like, okay, jaywalking isn't wrong, you know. What else? Stealing cutlery from a restaurant
What?
is totally fine.
What?
I'm joking.
Oh, okay.
I'm joking. It was a joke. I know some people that do that. So they just put cutlery and plates.
My grandma likes to take extra sugar packets and napkins whenever she goes to a restaurant.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's pretty weird though.
That's-
I don't know if it's I don't know if it's morally bad, but it is a weird choice.
That is morally bad. I mean, maybe not sugar packets and tissues because they're kind of cheap. But like, if you go at like a makeup store and they have the free samples, or if you go at a dentist and they have like a free toothbrush with a small toothpaste, like taking all of those, that's more morally wrong.
Who does that?
Yeah, exactly. That's a crime. Even though it's technically free, that's a crime.
Yeah. Dude, you know what messes me up? Actually, I don't know if this makes sense for you because like I don't know how big a thing Halloween is, but okay, when people can't be home that night, they leave out a big bowl of candy and it says everybody take one. Now,
Yeah.
if you don't take one, I don't fault you. I always take one. But if you take 2, 3, 4 even, whatever, man. I get it.
What do you mean whatever? What do you mean whatever?
If you dump the
What do you mean
whole
whatever?
bag,
Kids?
the whole bowl into your bag, I don't forgive you. You're a bad person.
So I think even taking 2 is bad.
I would agree.
Kids should learn. Yeah, kids should learn integrity, right?
And like more than integrity, it's about the other kids after you, right?
To be fair, who cares about kids? Just don't leave a bowl at all. If you don't want it to get stolen, just don't leave a bowl.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't really think it matters to the people who leave it out, right? It's not really about them. They are anticipating all of this candy being gone at the end of the night anyway. They haven't lost anything. It's about the kids after you, you know? As a kid, you should care if the kid after you gets something, you know?
You should care, yeah. So we should only take 1.
Meanwhile, I personally just don't really care about embezzlement. I just don't really care. I don't know. When someone embezzles money, I'm like, great. I don't know. It was going to go to some rich guy anyway. Now it went to a different rich guy. Who cares?
Yeah, it's exactly. It's not our problem. It's not our problem.
Right? The news will report on like so-and-so embezzled, and it's like, good for him. I don't know, man. Who cares? He doesn't have a real job anyway. He was already making a lot of money.
Yeah.
I don't care, man.
Very weird that you would bring up embezzlement out of nowhere here.
Well, I was
what-
just thinking
what
about
made the
crimes that I don't
connection?
care about.
So that was the connection.
Yeah, I was
It
just
wasn't
like
anything to
thinking
do
in
with
my
the
head
candies.
about like what are the crimes I care about least, and like I definitely don't care. I've never cared about an embezzlement. I just don't
So
care.
does this mean embezzlement isn't a crime because it's not morally wrong?
Well, again, I don't
Good day.
accept that definition of crime, but I do think that it's not a special. Like, I don't know if it's morally wrong or not. I just mostly don't care personally.
What about money laundering?
Okay,
What do you
profanity.
think
Thank
about
you.
money laundering? Do you care about money laundering?
I mean, money laundering isn't like the bad part, right? Like the reason you have to launder money is the bad part. So I don't particularly care if you just want to launder money, if your whole thing is like, I have this money that I got legally and I'm going to launder it so it looks like I got it legally a different way and this makes zero like difference on my taxes, then I don't care, man. That's just a hobby at that point.
I would say that money laundering is not immoral. What is immoral is the purpose that you would have to do money laundering, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So money laundering, why is it even a crime?
Well, because it's easy to target. It's how you find people doing other crimes. If money laundering itself weren't a crime, then you wouldn't be able to investigate it. So if you found
That's a good
evidence,
point.
you wouldn't be able to figure out the underlying crime. Yeah, exactly.
That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point. It's money laundering and tax evasion. That's how they get you.
Yeah.
That's how they get you. All right.
Andrea,
Next
thank you.
confession. Oh,
Yes.
we have a proper intro here. Forgive me, Dev, for I have sinned. While creating a new backend for logins, I set up the password schema to have a minimum length when it was being salted anyways. Did a lot of other dumb stuff, mainly during programming interviews, like checking if a variable I added was in the array I added it to. But I don't count those because I was stressed out. Not to be confused with stressed out, the hit single by 21 Pilots. Also, I have Git repos named atrocious things such as fire clicker mega shit stuff.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I found in my dev folder, quote, femboy
Stop
AI
that!
bot, end quote, written in
Leo,
Python.
welcome.
No idea if it
Leo.
works. I don't remember ever working with Python. Is this like a... Is this like a...
This is...
I was gonna say something, but I don't think it matches my artistic character integrity.
No. Go ahead. Say it.
I was gonna... Is this... Like, oh, I have a femboy AI bot, but I never remember writing it. Is this like exhibitionism or something?
Oh my god!
I don't know. I'm just asking. To be fair, if you're assaulting the password, I mean, minimum length isn't that bad. Passwords should have a minimum length. It's really atrocious when you ask for, oh, you need a capital letter, and you need a small letter, and you need a number, and you need a symbol, and you need 5 of them. And I don't fucking know. That's even more atrocious. When, okay, I know I have a very good password. I literally typed out, this is my strong password, including spaces. And that's a very strong password, actually, because it's very long. I know I have a good password. Why would you make me add a number or an exclamation mark? That's really annoying. This is fine, though, I think. I think this is fine.
So we're just gonna ignore that. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I think it's okay to name things badly. I don't really care about that. Everyone does dumb stuff during programming interviews because they're very stressful. Yeah, I think you're fine, honestly.
Yep, I think so as well.
I'm worried about the fact that you wrote a femboy AI bot and you don't remember doing that. That seems weird. That's a lapse in memory that concerns me. I also think we skipped one.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, we did.
Okay, I'm a firmware dev at a small company that primarily makes hardware, so most of my coworkers are electrical engineers, technicians, etc. Some of them code a bit, but they leave the serious microcontroller coding to me, and they never venture too deeply into my code. Sometimes at work when I'm bored, I like to optimize the assembly from the compiler. This isn't at all necessary for performance, I just like it. It's like doing puzzles. Yeah, go off, King. I got started at this because my master's thesis required me to get pretty deep into ARM processors. Cool. And how their assembly language works, so there's certain things that compilers optimize poorly. Cool. Naturally, once I've optimized the heck out of something, even though it's only for fun, I still want it to be used. So I will replace the original C or C++ functions with the optimized assembly version. One day when I leave the company, some poor unfortunate soul is going to get stuck with a code base. Oh no, in which functions have been replaced seemingly at random with assembly code. No.
That's kind of based.
What?
That's how you ensure job security. That's how you
That's how
ensure job security.
No, this is bad. This is bad of you to do. You should write maintainable, comprehensible code, especially if it doesn't even matter for performance, right?
No, you can do this. You know, the company will figure out that you are irreplaceable. The company will know you are irreplaceable, and this is how you get them. They can't fire you anymore.
Listen. Hey, if you are this company, pay me a lot as a contractor, and I will fix this for you. Okay, onwards and upwards.
So you want to be some poor unfortunate soul that's gonna get stuck with a code base?
Not poor unfortunate soul. I would fix it for them. I would write back the original C or C++ functions, because I too am very familiar with ARM processors. And I would fix it for them so that some normal person could maintain it.
Yeah, but if you do that, then this person's out of a job. They can't get hired back.
Well, they shouldn't be, because they've been slowly polluting their code base with a different, with something that is really hard for most people to fix.
That's fine though.
Mr. Vital, sure, welcome.
Fine?
No, this isn't fine with me.
You have a very weird sense of morality. You know that, right?
You have no sense of morality. We've yet to find something you didn't like.
I like everything, man.
Apparently!
That's not a problem, right? Why would that be a problem? If you like everything in life, you can live a very happy life without, hating anything.
Okay, but this is exactly what you were complaining about with me. You were like, Ellie, why don't you express opinions? I proposed something and you're like, yeah, we can do that if you want.
Yeah, but this is my genuine opinion. I think it's kind of based. I think it's genuinely based to take the C or C++ code, replace it with assembly. First of all, it's more efficient. You optimize it.
It doesn't matter, though, in this application.
It works better.
They said it doesn't matter in this application.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, I don't like micro optimizations, right? But this is a very good trick for ensuring job security. So yeah, totally down.
I think this is a bad thing to do to
this,
your coworkers.
Yes, but as they said right now, they don't have someone else that's touching that code base.
But what if this company grows and they hire someone else?
If they hire someone else, then it becomes a small problem, right?
Yeah!
But as long as they don't fire them, then they will be able to explain to the other developer.
What if this person gets another job?
Unlucky for the company.
Okay. Onward. So this is 177 lines of code? Is that just what this is? Bro, how am I gonna show this on stream?
Are you asking for a code review, bro?
Oh my god. Yeah, he is though. I don't even know how to show this, dude.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay, I'm gonna zoom in. I'm gonna give like a cursory overview and see if I can at least kind of.
I can't. What? I can't even see that. How do you?
Yeah. Oh my god. Even zoomed all the way in, the text is tiny, dude. Okay.
What language is this?
Is it JS? It looks like JS to me.
I don't think it's JS.
With like funky formatting.
It's called function.
Oh yeah, no, good point.
We have a function, so could be. Wait.
It's not good though, is it?
First of all, first in. Look at. I don't even know what this line is. What is this? What is this parenthesis formatting? What is this?
Oh.
What am I seeing here?
Yeah, no, good point. Also, the indentation on the comments is bizarre and incoherent and not consistent, and I don't even know how that happens. Like, it's not even particularly a sin, I just don't know how that happens. Also, the spacing is very weird. Weird choices.
I can't even find any comments.
Ooh, God, yeah. Line 113, there's some very, very weird indentation happening. Oh, there's weird indentation throughout. What the frick? Why are all of the... There are like several functions in a row where it looks like they were all pasted from somewhere where they were far more indented. Also...
Yeah.
Oh, nothing is indented inside of this for loop. That's pretty weird. Dude, do you even know what language this is? I don't.
I have no idea. I cannot read anything. Someone says it's game maker language.
I've never touched that. It looks like cancer.
It does. What is this?
Oh, the little else sandwich. The little else bracket sandwich right here. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's quite bad.
So the official code review is you're fired if that's what you wanted.
Yeah, this is quite
that's
bad.
The code review.
It also appears there's a for loop here that doesn't do anything. Like there's nothing in it. Just is a for loop, and then it doesn't. There's nothing inside of it, and then they go about their life after that. So that's cool.
My chat is making fun of me because apparently mine is way blurry. The image that I downloaded is way blurry than the one you have.
What?
Did you just drag it into OBS?
Yeah, dude.
How did you zoom it in? Because I did the same thing and it's blurry.
I don't know, dude. Get good.
You can't even help a bro out, really?
Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't work for you. Did they just like copy and paste large chunks of this? Is that why the formatting is so bizarre and inconsistent? And like why it seems like some parts of this are copied from somewhere where someone knows how to write code? Why are they counting each row? Why do they have XX center? This all seems like stuff that should just be provided by the engine. I think that they're manually calculating things that were provided by the engine. Yeah, this is nightmarish. Okay. I think we're done with that. Where did he go? He's gone. Ripperoo. Rip chat. Disgusting.
I'm here, don't worry about it.
Okay. So that's that. I think we gave that all of everything we could. You ready?
Yeah. This was one of my first projects involving a database, and yeah.
Oh, okay. It's only a few lines, thank God. I was traumatized after that last one. I was like, oh, great.
Let's see what they have here. Is this, Oh. Oh, this is really fun. Whenever I see stuff like this, I am very, very happy. Whenever I'm trying to...
Why does this make you happy?
What does this... Because I've exploited this so many times.
This should not make you happy.
No, I feel happy as someone who. No, before I I should probably clarify that I have not done any illegal activities. And this everything that I've done has been in a legal environment on the code bases and applications of my friends who gave explicit consent for me to do this. But doing stuff like this.
I don't see you as a white hat hacker, man. I don't see you as a white hat hacker. I gotta be real.
To be fair, so I had a friend some time ago. He's still a friend. Let me clarify that he did not drop the friendship status because of what I did, but he was working on a project for some like hackathon or like some competition. I don't know what the fuck it was, and he wanted me to test it. And he showed me the code base a bit, and I was like, bro, do you have an SQL injection? And he's like, no, I don't. What the fuck are you talking about? This is fine. I'm like, no, you definitely have an SQL injection. And he said, no, I don't. And I'm like, okay. And then I dropped his entire database.
Why would you do that? You could have just put something silly in there. You didn't have to drop it.
Yes, he was contradicting me. And this was like 2 or 3 hours before his deadline.
For the people in chat, you're a monster. For the people in chat who don't know what this is or why this is bad, this right here, this is SQL injection. So basically, you as the user in this case have the ability to just type in whatever you want and have it be executed in their database directly. Mm-hmm. What is SQL? SQL is a query language for databases.
SQL.
Whatever. So anyway, it's not even correct. That's the thing. You're being pedantic and it's not even right. Anyway, SQL.
SQL. I mean, I thought that's how they pronounced it, right? That's how the creator pronounced it.
I'm looking it up.
Me too. It says both are right.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, why are you correcting me?
I assumed you were wrong.
Why did you assume that?
So SQL, it was originally called SQL, right? And then they named it to SQL. One dude I used to quote from Reddit. One dude I used to work with said squeal.
Squeal? That's base. For the rest of the stream, I'm gonna try and remember to say squeal instead. That rocks.
Alright. Let's see the next scene. I think I should leave this here.
Nobody says SQL in the field? You're wrong. Like, I'm a senior engineer. Yes, they do.
I'm gonna be honest, I have never heard someone say SQL. In Romania, no one says SQL. Everyone says SQL. It's probably like an American thing, you know?
Yeah, I totally believe that.
Those darn Americans, again. To be fair, like I'm pretty sure. Wait, what did they say? Oh, or they say SQL? Or is that the same thing?
What? SQL versus SQL? What do you mean? Is that the same thing?
No, I'm trying to recall some very, very old memories that are rooted deep. Inside my skull.
I hear both
I'm
all
happy.
the time. I think both are valid. That is what you'll find if you Google it. I think it's funny to correct people either way. But yeah, no, I was taught SQL. It is widely used, and I do say SQL.
If you are to Google something, you don't usually get very concrete answers, even for GIF and GIF. If you Google it, it says,
because
both are right.
both are
That's
right.
because the internet doesn't want to upset people.
No,
because
it's because both are right. It's because language is a fluid thing, and it is foolish and short-sighted to be prescriptive about it.
You sound like an intellectual.
Dead Survival Limit disapproves. Welcome.
I'm going to be honest. I think we should, instead of thinking like this, because you sound like you just sounded like a very big intellectual.
What does that mean?
Like
is that a bad thing?
No, not a bad thing. Not a bad thing.
What does that mean? You sound like an intellectual.
I don't want to say nerd, okay? I don't want to say nerd.
I sound like I know things? Yeah.
I think we should enjoy, all of these different aspects of life and all of these different opinions that people have. I think we should enjoy them to the fullest. And I like to view the world. You don't know what this means? It's way more fun to argue about whatever. If you say SQL and someone else says SQL, it's way more fun to argue about it. Because if you just come to the common conclusion, a common agreement that both are correct, then that's just a boring outcome. There's no chaos
then
involved.
You can talk about literally anything else. You're the one actuallying me. If one of us sounds like a nerd, it's you.
Why would you remove chaos from a system? Chaos always gets added.
Someone about something that is fine. Who cares?
I didn't actually.
You did. You were like, it's actually it's SQL. Both are perfectly fine.
Actually, I just said SQL. I didn't say actually it's SQL. I just said SQL.
The actually was implied.
Yeah, it was your subjective opinion that decided to to interpret that as an actually. But instead, how you should have interpreted it is, dear Eliminibot, please excuse my sudden interruption. I would like to inform you that your pronunciation of the word SQL was incorrect, and it should be pronounced SQL, not SQL.
Dude, you sound like a wiener right now.
What?
Sound like a freaking wiener.
What do you mean by that?
Wait, is there another way to interpret that?
I am ESL, so please interpret that for me.
You sound like a dork.
Better than being a nerd, to be honest.
Really?
I think so.
Nah. Nerds at least make money about it.
Dorks make money as well.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Let's move.
Let's move on. Yeah, this is definitely a sin. Alice, you can at least agree that this one is a sin, right?
Wait. I made this in college to crash the PCs. How would this be a sin? Hold on. Let me read it to the end.
I'll go.
I made this in college to crash the PCs. I only did it for fun. Oh, wait. Or is it the wrong one?
I don't know. It's not loading for me.
Oh, wait. I think I just...
Right, yeah.
Oh, no. I was reading the wrong one. Hold on. I was reading the wrong one. All right. Let's read this one. I made my own small, half-working malware and twice filled my PC with folders.
Why, dude?
Kind of base to be testing malware on your own computer, to be honest.
Yeah, no, that's like the people who when they were inventing their like quack medicines, they would just like take them themselves and they would be like, "Wow, this uranium is really doing great things." Y'all should
This is
try
not
taking
malware,
this.
though.
What?
This is not malware. You're just creating folders. This is not malware.
I mean, it could be malware.
It's a potentially unwanted program. It's not really malware. You're not doing anything malicious. You're just making folders.
Well, if it fills it with folders fast enough that like you can't stop it and your computer is overloaded, etc., then it might be.
According to them, it took them
Did you
about
let us
1.5
know?
hours to delete the folders each time.
How
Which-
did it take that long?
I don't know. What does the script even do? Does it place folders in every folder that exists already?
Why would you do this? What was this for?
Just for fun. Just for fun. I mean, people do all kinds of things for fun.
Steven
I think
Angle,
this isn't
welcome.
the biggest, in my opinion, right?
Mm?
The biggest sin is writing this in Python. I think that's the biggest sin. Because if you're making how many 999, if you're
It is
making
gonna take forever in
999
Python, yeah.
million folders, it's gonna take you, like, if it took you 1.5 hours to delete them, right? How long did it take to create them in Python?
Yeah, no. Like I said, it would take forever, and that is pretty annoying here. Yeah.
They're also using a while loop instead of a for loop.
Yeah, that's a really weird choice here.
Their variable names are also T, I, K, Y, G, S, S, S.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's bad code, but again, it's not like anyone has to maintain this. They made this for themselves, and then ran it on their own computer.
Twice.
Yeah, I don't understand why they did this, but I don't think it needs to be very fast, and I don't think it needs to be very readable. So it's not an enormous problem that it's bad.
Okay, but then, so you think this is fine? To be fair, once we dive into the code review part of the stream, we have to point out some things that are just, plainly bad.
Hmm?
Like, as I said, the variable names. If you do submit, okay, let me get this straight.
Okay, wait,
You
no,
told
someone
me
in my chat
I
is
was
like...
too lax.
Someone in my chat is
Wait,
like,
no.
oh, if anyone has to maintain... It's not like anyone has to maintain this is something I've heard way too often for temporary solutions, which became permanent. What is this a solution to? This is a piece of malware they made for hobby fun. This is not... There's no chance of this becoming, like, embedded in some workflow. This is a piece of malware that someone made for fun. Okay, sorry, continue. David, welcome.
Wow, we just had to go on the rant. To be fair, I kind of agree with chat, with whoever was saying that in chat. If you will write some code, you should write it properly. If you don't write it properly, first write it again. Until you get something that looks and feels nice. Because you never know when you're going to come back to this like 3 years from now and have no idea what you're looking at.
And yet you have
Your
no
code should always
problem
be readable
with
and
that
maintainable.
guy rewriting parts of the code base in assembly with no, like, he might leave that company and you're fine with that. The fact that just like large swaths of this code base will now be written in assembly.
What is important is that it's readable and maintainable for you. It doesn't matter if it's readable and maintainable for other people.
But you could leave the company. It won't be readable and maintainable for your replacement.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as you can read it, it's fine. As long as if you come back to the code like 2 years from now and you read it again, right? You should be able to figure out kind of what you are writing or what your intention was.
Matter then?
Why does what matter?
Okay, in my opinion, this stuff
Yeah.
matters. Maintainability, readability, these things matter because
Yes, 100%.
someone will have to look at it someday and needs to understand how it works, right?
If you are working on a public project that is open source, yes.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, even if it's not open source, like if it's a public project, if people are working on it, it needs to be comprehensible.
Yes, with one exception, job security takes priority over that. Especially in our current market where there's layoffs every day,
Yeah.
job security takes priority. You should be nice to your fellow developers. You should always look to write proper code.
That's what I'm saying. Hey,
that is
you
readable
shouldn't be
and
bad
maintainable.
to your fellow devs.
Okay, but
Their jobs
that guy
matter
was
too.
replacing. Yeah, but that guy was replacing C++ and C with assembly. That's based. That's if one, it ensures job security. Two, is it's just based. Like you can't really criticize that, can you?
I can and I would.
I guess this is the difference of opinions.
Okay. Let's go on.
Exactly. Someone in my chat says if my successor can't read it, they should pay me to explain it to him. My point.
And yet, when I said, "Oh, they can hire me as a contractor, and I'll put it back in C++," you were like, "That's bad of you."
Yes, because you're basically taking away, the potential for the person who wrote the original assembly code to earn money by explaining it to the next person.
But if they left the job and the company is just stuck with this,
they can, hire them as a contractor to explain the source code.
Okay, so it's only their right. No one else should ever be allowed to fix anyone else's code.
Oh no, you should be allowed to fix other people's code, especially if they write it in assembly. Like who the fuck writes it in assembly? Like if I were to be that dev, and look at that code base and see that, I would probably have a heart attack.
I don't understand your morals, dude. Okay, dear dev, throughout my various adventures, I have befallen down many roads. One of those was upon the road of mathematics. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was my sophomore year of high school, or as it is known for me, my 5th year of secondary school. This is due to the fact that the Irish school system is broken and that it should not be used in the current age due to the examination being all in one place, expecting perfection. The same of which could be said regarding the driving test, but regardless, I was helping my great beneficiaries, which I like to call friends, with mathematics works, during which I had befallen down a terrible path. Okay, wait, if this person is Irish, English is their first language.
Yes.
Why are they writing like this?
Are they trying to sound smart?
Which I have befallen
Probably.
down a terrible path and have managed to prove that the number 9 is equal to the number 6. Through this great befallment, I sent a message to a cooperative Discord server and had announced this. To great dismay, people laughed and mocked me, but I eventually triumphed and figured out how much I just god dang messed up seriously. Okay, there's an image. Let's look.
All right. I just mathematically proved 9 is equal to 6. Is this like a spot the difference?
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, that handwriting, first of all.
Yeah, it's really bad to look at. I'm really sorry, man. You seem cool. Banyu, you seem cool. I'm sorry I'm making fun of you.
You should see my handwriting.
Yeah?
It's way worse than this. So let's see.
It's really hard for me to read it, dude. I can't tell. Are those all 6s? Are they B's?
I mean, you have like a little circle and then like a little stick, It's at least you can identify, which character is which. Like you can identify their occurrences.
I can't, man.
Like what is that? Is that a D?
I can't tell,
that's a
man.
D. That's D.
Is this D?
Right,
okay.
Yeah,
why wouldn't you just do this in latex, please?
Oh, the handwriting is bad because they did it in Paint or something, or in OneNote or
whatever they did
software
it in
with a mouse.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, the mouse. What the fuck is this?
What do you mean?
Hold on. What the fuck? Look at this. So on the third line.
Yes.
Did they cancel that out? So they had a plus 9D over A plus 2D, and they just canceled out the A's?
Oh no! Oh dude, what have you done? Oh my god, they
Are you
did!
For real?
Oh, that's so
Are you
funny.
for real?
a sophomore in high school. I don't know, man.
Do you learn this? Okay. I don't know if we should criticize them, but I think you're supposed to learn this in like middle school.
Yeah, but like I don't know. They're a kid. I'm not gonna make fun of them for it. I don't know. You make mistakes.
I think you're right. I think we should not. I think we should not criticize them for this. I think everyone makes mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. Yeah, and when you do something like this, you are allowed to feel very.
2000 nights, welcome.
You're allowed to feel very happy about your accomplishment.
Yeah,
as
you
you
probably
can
come
see,
a long way.
at everyone, you're allowed. I do feel a bit bad for what those people probably told you after you sent this to them.
Yeah.
But you know, people learn,
Well, they
and
trigger
you've come a
them
long way
out.
for you know knowing that this is wrong and knowing what you did wrong.
Yeah, no, this seems like pretty basic. Like, oh, you know, you're new to this. You haven't done a lot of algebra. You messed up. Whatever. And I wouldn't consider it a sin anyway. I would consider it a mistake. You know.
Yeah, I would agree. I would
Okay.
agree.
Okay. So let's go onward. 18. This one is yours, right?
What is this?
I made
It
this
says
in
learning
college.
response.
What?
I made this in college to crash the PCs. I only did it for fun. Avast used to detect it as a virus. Windows Defender not so much. So at least some people are defended against it. I have changed my ways now and only write useful code. First of all, crashing PCs in education institutions is very based.
Why?
It's because it's. I mean, if you are not interfering, you know. First of all, I should probably clarify. As long as wait, isn't that illegal? Is that illegal?
Hacking?
Oh, is that how you would define it?
Yes.
Oh, I guess that's illegal then, right?
Yes.
So then it's probably not based, right?
White hat chances 0. True. True. Oh my god, earlier when you were like, yeah, I've hacked, but only in circumstances where I was being helpful and I had been given full permission. And then you're like, oh yeah, I totally janked up all the computers in my school.
I didn't say, I never said I did that. I wasn't talking about myself. Also, this is VB.
Yeah, he was only saying in Minecraft.
Does this just duplicate the window? Is this just duplicating the window? Is that what it is?
Yeah, doesn't seem like a huge deal. Seems pretty fixable. Well, anyway, good luck on your tech journey. So.
I wish you the best, soldier.
Yeah, it's a felony in the U.S., so, you know, think about that. Okay. When I was in school, 2010-ish, their school shared storage was getting super low. Once it got down to 50 gigabytes remaining, it was too tempting not to fill it up. They were probably running, oh no, at best 4 terabytes storage for the entire school, and users didn't have a storage cap. So I downloaded 1 gigabyte of junk zip speed test file and duplicated it until the storage was full. It took them probably 2 weeks to find me. Whilst I was in my ICT lesson, my teacher came up to me and asked me to delete it. In that time, they had managed to clear a few gigabytes of space, not much. Nowadays, storage is usually too big for my needs, so the temptation to fill it has subsided. Sadly, I don't have any evidence of it. On the plus side, I never got reprimanded and was probably taught the IT guys a lesson. Yeah, I would say this is white hat. This is solidly white hat.
Yeah, this is exactly this is white hat, not a sin.
Chris,
You did a good thing by teaching the IT guys a lesson, and the most important part. So I guess Ellie, you have. I don't think you've quite understood how my sense of morality works, and I would like to explain to you now. If it's funny, it's fine. I think.
Okay, I see.
That's my morality here. That's how this works here. And you do seem to be a bit anti-fun.
Anti-fun?
Anti-fun, yeah.
I don't know.
Are you not?
I
Are
like
you not?
fun. I just also think that you shouldn't like harm people.
Of course, yeah. You should never do anything that would. You should never do anything like that ever, because that's not morally right. You know.
Okay.
Don't do it, guys. Don't do it.
Master Toto Chan, welcome.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's see what the
Okay.
next person says. When I was in secondary school, I decided to investigate their NAS IP. I was able to log into it with the default password. I never did anything with it and never touched it again. If you didn't do anything with it,
Yeah.
then
not
it's
a sin.
fine. It's not a sin. What you should have done is you should have told your IT admin, perhaps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you should have reported
You should have
this.
told your
But
yes.
no harm, no foul, no sin.
Exactly. I think this is actually an example of good behavior.
Yeah, I would agree. Okay.
Holy.
Oh, essaying. Okay. A few years ago, I got neck deep in amateur rocketry. Oh, sick. I gained certification to buy high-power engines. And while the hobby was great, I kept losing hundreds to thousands of dollars of hardware in the damn trees from the unguided parachute landings. Yeah, real. So I decided to break from the norm a bit. I wanted to build an aircraft that would be primarily a rocket, but with a limited flight ability, so it would perform a controlled return and avoid the evil trees. I'd still use a parachute, but it would only fire by altimeter. Altimeter. I don't know why I said like altimeter or whatever. At the 300 feet, hopefully being able to guide it to a safe spot before it does so. To keep things safe, I planned a manual backup deployment. Jesus. To facilitate controls, am I drunk? This rocket would have a wireless video system along with a ground-controlled station with stick and rudders. Working on an amateur budget, this design ended up being a rocket version of the Titan submersible with nobody in it. I had to bend a lot of rules, not necessarily breaking them, but taking them to the brink. Some parts were overbuilt, a lot of parts were way underbuilt, but the notable element ended up being the electronics bay. Oh, I had to effectively fit scale rocket avionics, a video recording system, a wireless video system, and an RC aircraft system, along with 3 individual external switches. Having seen a friend's rocket's electronics fail so many times due to breaking solders, I went paranoid and covered every single solder with a thick coat of epoxy.
What?
Jesus. You okay, man? Then wrapping them up individually in red duct tape. That resulted in a rat's nest of electronics bay. Yeah, dude! That would make other engineers scream, but there were a lot of aeronautics university students at our launches, and I would let them feast their eyes upon this abomination to enjoy their reaction. This goes without saying that, indeed, the goal of the aircraft was accomplished. The vehicle could withstand several dozen Gs on liftoff, allowing flights to be incrementally pushed to the point where the motors were barely fitting the foot-long 54mm mount. After about 24 successful flights between 2 identical vehicles each with a similar rat's nest electronics bay. One of the twins was put out of commission when her wing folded up like a book, while ascending at roughly, 850 kilometers per hour, resulting in rocket confetti. An honorable mention goes to the underwing skirt, which was made up of cut-up toilet paper roll cars covered in fiberglass. That's actually a valid way to construct that. Like, that's commonly used. Here is a video of the successful flight. Hopefully no screaming at my beautiful wiring. Okay. What I would say about this is that wiring is bad because if it breaks, you can't fix it. It's all covered in epoxy and tape.
Let me zoom in a bit. I mean, he can take that off, right? The tape can be taken off.
I don't know, man. Epoxy is a very, very strange adhesive. And can get gummy, especially in weather conditions, and I would not be surprised if it gummed itself to the tape.
So according, I'm not sure if it was this. I'm
They
not sure
don't
if it
have
was
a
this
picture.
model.
They don't have a picture of the wiring, guys. Oh, they do. Wait, they do. Okay.
They do. I'm not sure if it was this model or another model, but apparently these rockets reach like 3,000 feet.
Yeah, dude.
In the best case scenario.
Yeah, for real.
So while I mean, it's just cold. Would that actually damage the epoxy in any way?
Yeah, epoxy contracts, but I mean, a lot of adhesives do, right? You're gonna need something to cover this.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna be using a plastic. Plastics contract. I don't think that epoxy is strictly the wrong choice here, but I don't think you need to cover every connection. I would much rather resolder something at ground level after a flight than have something where if something breaks, there is no way for me to resolder it, you know?
The epoxy binds to the tape and almost fuses to it.
See, Delver, welcome! Yeah, that's what
in
I'm
code right now.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Is
Mhm.
like that's what's gonna happen with the epoxy.
Mm-hmm. And they have a video of this.
Yeah. Yeah,
Let's
I would
see.
say not the most maintainable thing, but these are often not maintainable as a rule. I think it's pretty cool that you did this. It seems like a very, very cool project.
I do have to agree.
Cool.
Hold
Okay.
on.
What?
I wanted to show the YouTube
Show us
video.
the video. We're at 21 out of 124, and we've been going for almost 2 hours.
And this is a rocket, man. We need to see the rocket.
Okay. We've done 21. There are 124, dude. We're not even at the 100 left mark. We'll do a part 2. Hey, dude, would you want to do a part 2 at some point, or have I so offended you
Yeah,
that you never
sure.
want to do it again?
Yeah, sure. No, I mean, to be fair, I think you have to work on your morality a bit. You have to loosen up, I would say. You have to loosen up. Yeah, I think you're way too strict.
Maybe you'll change me for the better. I am an angel though, so
You are an angel. I
Yeah.
guess it kind of fits in your character. Would you say your sense of morality would be different had you not been an angel?
oh, maybe. I don't know. I think honestly, it's like I'm just kind of I'm just kind of a little contrarian, and I think that if you were like, "This is disgusting, unacceptable" to all of these, then I would be like, "Hear them out."
Hear them out? I mean, to be fair, honestly, the biggest sin I have seen so far was that indentation in that source code.
That was pretty
I think that was
bad.
the biggest sin.
Dude, everything
That was
about that
probably the
source
biggest
code.
sin I've seen.
The freaking for loop that did nothing. The freaking
It was so blurry for me. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, I honestly think that we're both just kind of contrarians, and if either of us had taken a different stance, the other one would have.
Oh, can I move on to the next one?
Oh, okay.
Okay, the next one's great.
How come I keep getting essays and you keep getting short ones?
It's it's the ESL debuff, I guess. I guess ESL buff.
Holy!
The docs know that I'm ESL and they try to make it easy for me, you know? So the next one says, we tried to remote control an old car on a friend's farm.
Guys!
It went as well as you'd expect. And they attached this image.
Oh my god. Okay, first of all, this is kind of a dream project for me. I kind of want to do this, and if I
An
did
RC car?
it would look better. Yeah, like a real car, but RC it? Yeah.
Attach like a PS4 controller to it?
Yeah, sure. It doesn't have to look like this. It didn't have to look like this. But yeah, that's
while you are
kind of a dream project
while
for
you're
me.
working on it, you need to have it like this
Hey,
while you are actually working on it.
hey, dude, I have a question about a collab. If we fundraise
Go
for
on.
this, do you think we could buy a really, really jank old car? And listen, I have access to a large and empty farm. If I do this, will you
Yeah, okay.
write the API so that Neuro can drive the car? I could also just do it myself, so you don't have to be involved in this, but I think it would be funny.
I mean, the API is there. I'm literally open sourcing the SDK.
Here's
That
the
being
logo!
said,
Callie,
with
welcome!
real-time stuff, it's kind of with real-time stuff, it's not that great. And while it can be done, a car probably is not
Oh
the
my
best
God,
idea.
Take my money.
But it would
So
be cool.
I'm not saying.
What happened to if it's funny and cool? It's fine.
See, the line is drawn at dangerous. If it's funny and cool, it's fine. If it's funny and cool and dangerous, then actually, you know what? I wouldn't be in danger.
I wouldn't
Sure.
either. I would have a manual
Sure, then.
override. I would be able to stop it whenever we needed to, and I would have a camera on it. I would always
For
have
Neo to
eyes
drive
on
a
it.
car.
What?
First of all, there needs to be some kind of. I don't think this is my expertise. There needs to be some kind of locomotion thing added. I guess both for the Neurodog and for this, which is out of my scope.
No, I think Vettel's already handling that.
Oh, he's handling that? Then just use the same thing that you use for the dog.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But I wanted to make you involved because I thought that would be fun.
I mean, I'd love to be involved.
I also don't understand why people think this
words.
is so dangerous. Like, first of all, we would have speed controls built in. I wouldn't let her go over a certain speed. Second of all, no one would be in the car. Third of all, we would be building this car for the purpose of doing this thing that would destroy it anyway. And also, she wouldn't be on a road. She would be on an abandoned farm. So, nah, dude.
As long as you have a limiter for the speed, I guess it should be fine.
And also, like,
It's
again, she's not on a road.
Like, yeah, it's just like the difference is big, you know, from like robotic dog to like a car. It's like you're going from like 1 to like
Dude, I have worked
100.
on much higher stakes projects than this.
Yeah, but not with Neuro. You don't. You have to take her personality into account as well. What do you think she'll want to do with the car?
I will have a manual override, and I will override it if she starts going towards the edges of the farm.
All right then. If you think this is a good idea, then sure.
For law enforcement viewing this video, again, it is legal to do this on your own property. This would be family property. I would be allowed to do this. GPS bounding box? I would have that built in, but it wouldn't be my only safeguard. I would also have manual override. Just because, like, you can't always trust GPS.
I don't know. You seem a bit crazy, I'm going to be honest. I did not think you were this crazy.
This is just not that high stakes. I don't understand what everybody's freaking out about.
I mean, first of all, it's a car. First of all, it's a car. It's not something... it may not be high stakes, but you're talking about modifying a car here.
This is a very minimal risk project. Yes, thank you. See, I don't understand. Why are y'all freaking out?
Who did one guy say it's a minimal risk project?
Several people have.
Several people.
Yeah, this is completely fine. I am with you, Ellie.
Okay.
This seems like a lot of fun. Yeah.
I never said
Alex,
it wasn't
no
fun.
Balls.
Alex, no balls?
Yeah.
I mean, I never said it wasn't fun.
Thank you so much for 10 gifted.
Just to clarify.
Yeah, for me it's not dangerous. Yeah, no, there's no one this would be dangerous to.
Okay. Then
this is really low stakes. Thank you. Yeah.
You are talking about modifying a car, though. Do you have experience with that?
Yeah. Yeah, I worked on an open source dashboard project to take CAN data and like translate it so that you could like extend your car basically. So I have at least some background.
Wait, that's actually so sick. That's actually so sick.
So I have at least some background in this. I feel like I could figure it out, you know? It's not harder than like building a quadruped from scratch. Huge quadruped from scratch.
All right then. I mean, I'm actually really interested in seeing what you can pull off with this.
Thanks. Okay. Let's move on. Yo, I got a short one.
I can take this one.
Frick off! I made an entire website in Notepad, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript because I didn't know that you could use programs. I thought that making an HTML file meant only doing it in Notepad and nowhere else. You may know who I am, crying.
I think I know who they are.
Yeah.
Not to name anyone, but you know who you are, and
girl.
we know as well.
You learned, and that's what matters.
Exactly. This is the first step. The first step towards greatness.
Traveler, welcome!
In like
David,
1 year, maybe 1 month, you'll be doing so many great things. Mm-hmm. This is just the first step.
Yeah, she's making a whole game now. I'm so proud of her.
Yeah, I think a visual novel, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. This is also yours, I think, right?
Nope, this one's yours. This one looks like new to me. Yeah.
I see. My greatest technological transgression, though a mere whisper compared... Oh my... Bro. Though a mere whisper compared to the... Sorry. Give me a second here. Let me Google something.
Guys,
Hold on. I'm Googling
We're
it.
at 24 out of 124. There will have to be a part 2.
Wait, how is this? All right. Though a mere whisper compared to the cacophony of sins
Wait,
others
did
may
you
confess.
not know the word cacophony?
I didn't know how to pronounce it.
Okay, continue.
Yeah. This occurred in the year of 2022. There I stood, amidst the entrails of my aging PC, seeking to restore its former glory. But as fate would have it, my mortal hands betrayed me, snapping the delicate metal bars that once cradled my CPU fan in their steadfast embrace. Did I falter? Did I despair? Nay, for in my moment of reckoning, I reached not for new parts, but for salvation born of audacity, the humble zip tie. With these unassuming binds of plastic ingenuity, I anchored the fan, a crude yet effective solution. It wasn't elegant, it wasn't orthodox, but it worked.
Not a sin.
Am I a genius? Am I a fool? Perhaps neither. I am no Dr. Robotnik, conjuring machines of unfathomable sophistication, but a mere mortal improvising within the confines of my circumstance. Let history judge my deed, but know this, my creation endured. And we have an image attached.
Rados, welcome!
Let's see what this is.
I imagine it's gonna be a zip-tied fan. Yeah.
I see nothing wrong with this. I mean,
I
if
see
it
nothing wrong
works.
with this. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know
if
what
it
you would have been
works.
supposed to do here, right? You're not gonna like solder back on.
Exactly. This is like the easiest solution.
Yeah, this is solid. I don't see anything wrong with this. Some Kane,
Whenever
welcome!
you need to stick something together, you either use duct tape or zip ties.
Zip ties are a much more elegant solution than duct tape in this case.
Yeah. So this was objectively the best thing you could do in this instance.
Yeah.
This is not a sin.
Not
You
a
have
sin
committed
at all.
no sins. Yeah.
Hunt Dudley, welcome!
Your writing was great though.
Yeah.
You really built up the story.
Yeah, that was expert.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
I tried to build a drone for the first time. Safe to say, it didn't go well. I use a small commercial drone as a base. It's not supporting this mess. I put the ESC on the leg of the drone. Keep in mind the legs are like 10 by 10 by 10 millimeters and are already dying from the motor. The work crime of electrical engineering. I committed on the ESP32. It was one day before the presentation, so I just went to some random went with random BS Go. I didn't even understand ESP wiring at that time. Everything is stringed together with hot glue. There is zero code to support this atrocity of a thing, like it was gonna fly anywhere. Yeah, it can't even make it fly. I ended up getting less points than a group that just programmed an IED to turn on. Oh.
Keep
You
in
were
mind.
13?
Wait.
Okay.
13?
Thank you very much for reviewing my sins. Do not ask about the remote controller, that's even worse. Wait, why would you make your own? Oh, wow, this is bad to look at. Wait, I'm downloading it. I'm putting it on now.
As as the designated software guy in like every engineering project I've taken part in, this doesn't look that bad to me. I mean, this is wait.
What? Curse of corruption! What?
Hold
what do
on.
you mean this doesn't look bad to you?
I need to enhance. Hold on, I need to enhance.
It, bro.
I mean, it's.
This isn't gonna
like,
fly.
One, two. Yeah, it's not gonna fly, but still, it doesn't look bad.
What is that? What? It's a drone. What is the point? What would look bad if not something that isn't gonna fly?
So just because it doesn't fly, you think it looks bad?
Freaking
Have
antenna!
it flown?
The freaking antenna! Look at it! Look at the antenna!
Where's the antenna?
Not that bad, this man says to me with his real human mouth!
The antenna was hidden behind your Fuji. I didn't see the antenna. It was hidden behind your Fuji, okay? I mean, so if it flew, would it have been a good thing? If it flew, would it have been not ugly? Do you think?
What?
Is the only thing
Okay.
that's making it ugly the fact that it doesn't fly?
I mean, looking at it, there's no way something like this would fly. Also, these are literally just pins. Like, they just have pins in here. None of this is hard soldered. Like, and it looks like the wire is kind of in the way of the path of this rotor. Like, I don't.
So all you have to do is like take like a box or something and just jam it together, and then it's fine. It's fine. Just cover it up. You
These
just
are
3D
gonna
print
pop
something to
out.
cover
These
everything up.
connections are gonna break. Like this is going to pop out. It isn't even like, oh, that soldering job, it's not great, it's not protected. These are literally just like pins and headers.
Well, what did they say they were doing this for, right? I mean,
this was for a school project.
Wait, did you say it's for a school project? It's fine. For a school, would you actually solder stuff for a school project at the age of 13? At the age of 13?
Yeah.
I guess yeah. I guess we okay, fair enough. But still, I mean, in order for you to actually solder this, right? You would have to first make sure it works like this.
Bro, I learned to solder way younger than that. What do
you When did you learn to solder? I think
I
for me it was like
don't remember.
15, 16.
My grandpa taught us all. Okay, I'm trying to think how old I would have been because I know how old my sister was. I think I was probably 5 or 6.
What? 5 or 6?
Yeah.
By your grandpa. That means you have a very a very technical family. Then it means it runs in your blood.
Like, you can tell a child to not touch the hot part. People bake cookies with children that young all the time. The temperatures aren't that different.
Yeah, like it's not that you wouldn't trust the child to solder. It's just that
welcome.
Why would a child need to solder at 5 or 6?
I don't know, something to do. Like, my grandpa was an inventor, and so like we would go to his workshop all the time and just like hang out there. Solder smoke not good for you? He actually had a ventilation system, unlike me. I'm going to die of lung cancer, but that's not his fault.
I mean, to be honest, that sounds like a very great family. That actually sounds incredibly sick.
Yeah.
Actually, like before, like 15 or 16, I never even touched a soldering iron.
Well, yeah, I mean, for most things you won't need to. But yeah, no, I feel like 13 is a perfectly reasonable age to be soldering this instead of...
Okay, but you're biased. You learned at 5 or 6 years old. You're biased. Wait, did they say they hot glued it?
Yeah, it's hot glued, bro!
Oh, okay, that makes it really bad. I missed that part. That makes it really bad. I thought this was just a prototype so they could test. If it lifts off once, then it's fine.
Yeah, Medmo is soldering in tech classes at 12. I think it's often taught in middle schools. Like, it's not... It's going to be like an elective. But yeah, a lot of middle schools will teach you to solder.
Very interesting. I guess that's a cultural difference.
Yeah, maybe. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? If this is hot glued, it means it won't come off. More or less.
Yeah.
It won't come off.
I think this is very bad. And I think that the fact that I think that it's bad is like reaffirmed by the fact that they got a terrible grade on it and it didn't fly. It's also, and I think that this is important to note, this was a pre-built kit. It's not like they like designed the frame of this. There's like the frame of this, the part that looks okay, is a kit. They bought that.
Wait, so the part that looks fine, they bought that. And
yeah.
The part that doesn't look fine is what they did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I don't think we can... This is a sin. You've got to admit this one is a sin.
What happened to encouraging children? What happened to encouraging children?
It doesn't fly.
It doesn't... They did a great job, though. It almost flew.
Did it almost fly?
Flew.
Does it say that?
It says, not even God can make this shit fly. That's what it says.
Listen, kiddo. Great job. I think it's awesome that you wanted to do this project. I think it's ambitious, and I think it shows that you're a very cool person, that this is what you chose. Obviously, this didn't work out, and I don't think that's on you. I think that's on your resources. I think next time, find some resources. Go on forums, find people who will constructively help you with your work. Not to plug or anything, but my server is a great place for this. If you posted this in my server, you would get some gentle, friendly ribbing, but also, you would get plenty
It sounds like a threat.
feedback, and help. Find somewhere where there are resources, and use those resources available to you.
While I mostly agree with what you said, Ali, I think that's important. What you said sounded a bit like a threat. You can join our server. We will. It sounded a tiny bit like a threat. It sounded a tiny bit like a threat. To be honest,
Gentle ribbing.
gentle ribbing. Like I don't know. At least for like, because I live in Romania. At least for us, like stuff like this. In 13 years old. What grade would that be?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think like 7th
Like
or
we
8th,
don't 7th or 8th,
right? If you're 13?
and I think perhaps. Yeah, around that. That's actually we don't have stuff like this. So it's actually interesting that this is common in other countries.
This kind of project?
At least this kind of project, like doing electronics like this. Chad is confirming like 6th, 7th, 8th grade. This kind of project, doing like electronics and stuff, you wouldn't see this until university.
Oh, really?
You wouldn't see this until university. Unless you're doing like extracurriculars during middle school or high school, you wouldn't see something like this until the university. And only if you're doing for like, if you're doing an engineering degree, perhaps.
That's really interesting.
So it's actually wild to me that they're doing this at 13 years old. And even more wild that you learned how to solder at 5.
Well, I don't think that's like a typical American experience, but I don't think it's as atypical as it is other places. Like, I probably wasn't the only kid in my class who'd ever soldered at that age.
I see what you're saying.
But like, it wasn't like most kids had. Like, I want to say in like 1st grade, I definitely wasn't the only kid, but...
What? Really?
Yeah, like
So
I don't
you're
know
not an outlier?
if there were others in preschool. Like, I'm thinking about like 5 or 6. Yeah. But I think there were other kids who had. I'm not sure though.
Damn.
Farm life, I could see it.
Someone's
Yeah,
saying
yeah. If you like, it is often needed for farm equipment. It's just kind of like part of life, and so yeah.
I feel like most people would learn this, I guess, at home to do something like this. Like, that's how I learned it. I learned it at home. I learned it by doing robotics.
Yeah.
We talked about it. Never had any kind of assistance on this from the education system. So
That's
I guess this
really
is just,
interesting.
it's just a country diff, I guess.
Yeah. Alrighty. I do encourage that kid. Oh.
So this is not a sin, by the way. You're doing very great. You're doing very well. You should keep going.
Mm-hmm. He muted.
I was talking to chat.
He got a long one and he muted to get out of it.
Oh. So there was a sweet time of mine in a pretty small company. I was a little birdie at the time, couldn't fly by myself to the land of C#, so I was stuck in Python. First of all, before I continue, you get like +2 extra, or like -2 Hail Marys just for wanting to move from Python to C#. And while this was quite some time ago, I still remember this like it was yesterday. There was an API that I had to write, and it should have been a simple endpoint that just responds with tags for a text question. Pretty simple, right? It was before all of those pretty LLMs masquerading as AI, trying to convince you that breaking TOS is bad for society. But I thought to myself that just maybe, it was time to make my own architectural decisions. And I started crafting. After a month, I made my dreams into reality. Let me explain. Every time you make a request, an API would read a folder called model imps.
Thank you so much.
Containing files
Lucian,
called
welcome.
model invocation list.txt and a bunch of Py files implementing a script for a specific model. You make... Oh, I see where this is going. You make a request. The API searches the text file for a model name, finds the associated Python file, and evaluates it. At least it was supposed to work like this way in practice, and honestly, I don't really remember the reason. This code first loaded every model from the folder, searched for a class name match, unloaded every model, and then ran PyFile as a script in the command line with os.system.
This is
So
bad.
you're not even importing the file. You're not even importing the file.
It's just... Why
As
is
a result, we had around 1.3 RPM on this AI. RPM is the requests per minute?
Must be.
Oh yes, not RPS. So yeah, RPM, 1.3 RPM on this API, and every request
the
peaked at
dream,
32
welcome.
gigabytes of memory usage.
Ah!
My boss, I remember this was during his employment, right?
Yeah, he
My
was a
boss at the
professional.
time started complaining that the API was very slow and tasked me to scale it up. That's like, if it's too slow, just scale it up. That's the solution.
This makes me want to cry. I want
And I
to
did.
know what this person was hired
As a
for.
result, we had 4 servers, each with 32 gigabytes of RAM, serving the single API. I don't know what happened to it now, but this API was serving our company for 4 years.
No.
Okay.
Happily
I
eating
think-
memory for everyone's enjoyment. What was this person hired to do? Were they hired as a software dev, or were they just like wearing many hats? Because if they were like a front end web dev and they had to step up and make this and they did it like this, I forgive them. They are forgiven. But if
Well, they said they were stuck in Python, right? Which makes me think not front end at least.
well, yeah, maybe they were like maybe they were doing like data analytics. Maybe they were there to do like quant engineering. Even
With
then,
LLMs?
though, what?
With LLMs?
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay, if you think so.
Why?
In my humble opinion, I think this is the first response that I think this is the worst response, the worst sin that
yeah.
has been submitted so
Yeah,
far.
this is grotesque. I love it a lot. I think this is great, but it's
Is this you being a contrarian? This is the shittiest thing ever. This is the shittiest thing ever. Look at this. Are you for real?
It's kind of incredible to be like, and I want to believe that to this day, maybe somewhere deep in the code base, there is this API happily eating memory for everyone's enjoyment. That rocks, dude. You can't tell me that doesn't rock.
What
Mr.
kind of person would
Otto.
think like this? I mean, to be fair,
I think it's pretty funny. I think it's pretty
32
funny.
it's not funny. It's atrocious. How is this funny? Like, just imagine working at that company. Working at that company, being that boss, being that boss. Imagine the cloud bill. And if you have 4 servers, and what a load balancer, if you have 4 servers with 32 gigabytes of RAM, and you said it peaks at 32 gigabytes of RAM usage, is that what you said? Yeah, that means like, you can handle 4 concurrent requests
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
per minute.
so what I love about this is that you were like, well, I don't care if it costs the company extra money. That's job security about the other one. But for this one, you're like, what about the company's poor money?
Well, this is not about job security. This is just atrocious.
It's just an obnoxious thing to do. I think it's kind of funny. But
Even if it worked as intended, right? Even if it worked as intended,
Yeah.
just loading up and evaling the Python file, first of all,
oh, pretty bad, yeah.
you can just import it, right? You just
Yeah.
import it and then call a function instead of running os.system. Wait, were you using os.system and then running Python? Were you
Yeah.
running the Python command?
Yeah, I'm not over that at all.
I think this is a worst sin. This is the worst sin so
This
far.
is definitely the worst one we've seen. I don't know.
And I think
Yeah, it's gotta be.
you know, if you want to atone for this, so they did say that this was, to be fair, they did say that this was a long time ago, and they didn't know C#. But I think in order to atone for this, I think you should do like 1 month of PHP.
Oh,
I think that should be your atonement.
that's
1 month of
that's what
PHP.
you get. You get 1 month of PHP.
Let's say -2 days of PHP because you said C# was good, right? So 28 days of PHP is how you have to atone for this.
Just
it is
one
a pretty
February,
bad sin.
one entire dark February of PHP. I have to do some PHP stuff, like literally Monday. I have to do some.
What do you mean have to? What do you mean have to?
Because we have some stuff that was written in PHP 1,000 years ago, and I am moving some functionality out of it. So I've got to put on my big boots and go wade through some PHP.
Rest in peace.
Thanks.
You will be remembered.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh wait, PHP Brewery February is really good.
PH punishment.
Okay. This one is me. Okay. When I was first learning more in depth about computers, I had the opportunity to tinker with a dead computer that would have been thrown out otherwise. At the very least, I thought I could tear some of the parts out for electronics projects. Cool. So in the pursuit of knowledge, I was taking things apart when I came across a power supply, a rather uninteresting box on the outside. I thought to myself, not to be deterred by a couple of screws, I proceeded to open up the power supply and poke around in there as well. I was particularly impressed by the size of the capacitors, but of course, I did nothing to discharge them. I then brought this now exposed set of PCBs around to various places. It was turned off, right? How bad can it be? Including my school! Thankfully, nothing dangerous ever happened, and to be fair, I learned a lot from getting to tear down a computer without worry of breaking things. I was, of course, aware that there was some danger involved in taking apart a power supply, but looking back, I don't think I gave it enough respect. Unfortunately, I believe the pictures of the power supply in pieces is lost to me, but I still have the motherboard with a chunk taken out of it that I used to learn about the VGA protocol. Okay, cute. Let's look at the.
So, did you put it back together?
No, but
not.
I mean, it was a dead computer, so what were they gonna do? Like, how would they even know if they put it back together, right?
Fair enough. Let's see this image.
Yeah, to me, this is just, like, obviously, needed greater supervision. You shouldn't have brought that to school. That is not entirely safe. You probably should have been warned.
How did you carry this? Did you put it in your backpack?
Just put the disassembled power supply into your backpack. Just like, oh god. Just caps out. Oh.
Let me make one statement about this.
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone has to learn somehow. And if some people want to learn with, by experience, then it's up to them if they want to learn by experience. I mean, what's the worst thing that could have happened? Let's think about it, love. What's the worst thing that could have happened?
Large undischarged capacitors exposed in a school environment?
I mean, it's only... Oh wait, I was about to say... I should probably not say what I was about to say.
What were you about to say?
I should probably not say it. I mean... It's not... Okay, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I can say...
Yeah, the worst case scenario is that a child is, like, grievously injured. That's the worst case scenario.
Oh, you said this for me. Like, at the end of the day, it's just the school, right?
Heard, chef. Oh, okay. So, obviously that shouldn't have happened.
Can we put devil horns on Alex now?
Leroy
But thankfully no one was hurt.
Thankfully no one was hurt, yes.
Thankfully no one was hurt.
Honestly, the sin is
this was a great learning experience.
Yeah, the sin is not the kid. The sin is, like, the adult who gave this child a broken computer and didn't warn them about, like, by the way, because they say that they were impressed by the size of the capacitors, which meant that they knew how to, like, recognize a cap. So the adult should have said, like, by the way, here's how you discharge a capacitor. Here's, like, they are very dangerous. Like, someone should have just given them that background when they gave them this. Yeah. But anyway, I would say that the kid did nothing. That wasn't a sin on their part.
I would agree. They didn't know better.
Mhm.
They didn't know better. And thankfully nothing happened. So
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
This one's yours. Oh, of course it's short.
Oh, finally a code one that I can shit on. I have sinned by casting
welcome.
structs in ways they were never meant to be cast. I used the sacred memory of a struct for type panning, knowing full well it was a violation of the strict aliasing commandments. My code may run now, but I fear the compiler will one day catch me in my reckless ways. I've traded optimization for convenience and live in constant fear of undefined behavior. But the temptation was too strong, and I succumbed to the dark art of pointer casting. Forgive me, I was only trying to optimize.
205
Let's see, what is
welcome.
this? My greatest sin.
So this, for me, depends on what this is for. If anyone else is ever working with this code, I hate you. I personally hate you because I have had to deal with other people's horrible undefined behaviors because they did reckless pointer casting, and their stuff broke in edge cases in ways that was very, very hard to trace back to their code. But if this is just for you, I don't hate you.
Just use C#, man. just use C#, man.
Yeah,
I have
do.
no idea what I'm looking at.
Wait, why do you not know what you're looking at?
I have no idea what I'm looking at. I've never seen. So I've only seen such atrocious C++ code when decompiling binaries.
Ah, yes.
And I've always, I've tried my best to avoid it. This is, to me, this is nothing more than atrocious C++ code.
Well, but the issue isn't that it's C++.
I know that's not the issue.
The issue is that it's they've cast a struct as what is it that they say they cast it as?
Oh, they cast it from a struct to a struct that just had different fields.
Oh, ew!
Oh wait, no.
Fire call,
Next
welcome!
behavior list.
Yeah, no, I think that is what they did. I think you're right.
Potentially, yeah.
They don't even have the
no,
same
man,
fields, though. Oh.
I can't read this. I can't read pointer casting. So this is like some dark magic that C++ people do in order to change from one type to another and completely bypass the entire type system of C++. I mean, at that point, just use assembly at that point.
Uh-huh.
Or
to me, this is just an example of like using C++ for something C++ isn't good for, and for that reason, having to do something that is not good, right? Like,
I think so, yeah. Mm-hmm. I would love to understand what is happening here, but unfortunately, I don't.
Thank you for the first up. Wait, what don't you understand?
I don't see the cast.
In advance?
Oh, I see the cast now. I see the cast now.
They don't have line numbers. I was trying to point it out to you, and I was like, how the frick am I going to do that?
Oh, I see the cast now.
Yeah. So, Walpertinger! Welcome! So yeah, I don't know. This seems, can we please see the code? Yes. Yeah, I'll drag it on now. It's a lot to fit on the screen, and I'm not sure you'll be able to actually read all of it if I make it fit, but... There we go. What do you think? He's silent. He's deep in thought.
I was trying to read the code. I was trying to do a proper code review. So none of my C++ code bases look like this.
Yeah, this is, I think, pretty messy, bizarre C++.
I do think so.
What is this code supposed to do?
Also not answered by the question. Yeah, it's not really clear what they're using this all for.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can move on. I think we can go ahead and say, like,
think
this
so
is a
too.
sin. I don't know.
I cannot say. I think I have no idea. It's out of my field of expertise, so I cannot say. But I'm going to trust you on this if you think this is a sin.
Yeah, this is solidly a sin.
This is a sin? Then I'm going to say it's not a sin if you think it's a sin.
Okay. Okay.
I had a convoluted manager who knows nothing about tech. One day he wants me to build a tool, let's call it shitty ass alpha, which can help him submit pre-release binaries to the pre-release staging repository, which after gathering all of the metadata, requires some secret keys to complete the submission at the end. Being the incompetent manager he is, he asked me to include the secret as part of the packaging in GTS Alpha and upload to another repository that is available to download freely within the company network. Anyone can just download GTS Alpha and submit whatever bullshit to the security team. This is a Fortune 500 company that sells enterprises. Why is this allowed? I am just now so glad I have left and not having to deal with this anymore.
This is incredible. This is incredible.
This sounds like something that I've done myself. This sounds like something that I've done myself. Okay, so this is not your sin, right? It's not your sin, but it's your manager's sin.
Yeah, this
having
is your
a manager, especially in the development field, having a manager that knows nothing about tech is just the worst thing.
Yeah.
Or like a Scrum Master.
What I want to know...
like a Scrum Master.
Okay, first of all, Scrum Master, derogatory, but second of all... calling someone a Scrum Master is such a great insult. It's like calling someone a hall monitor. It's great. But, okay, so what I notice about this is, like, why did the manager need to do this? Like, why weren't the devs themselves handling this?
So the manager said that he wanted this tool to be built, but then also later it says here that the manager knows nothing about tech. So why would the manager tell the devs what to do if the manager knew nothing about tech?
I mean, they do that all the time, but why would the manager need to submit pre-release binaries to the pre-release staging repository? Why wouldn't that be done by the devs? Like, that's what this tool is made to help him do. Why would he be doing that?
That's a good question. Also, someone in my chat is saying Scrum Master. Someone's saying Scrum Master.
To you or me?
I think just in general as an insult.
Just in general as an insult?
derogatory term. Yeah, Scrum Master.
Incredible. Incredible.
It's also... You said pre-release staging repository. Do you have a specific repository for pre-release staging? Wouldn't that be a branch?
Yeah, why would you have a whole separate...
That'd be a branch.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a branch.
And you could have, like, do they mean like a pre-release staging environment and not a pre-release staging repository? Did they just like type the wrong word?
Maybe. We shouldn't get too focused on the details. The point here is the manager.
The manager sinned. 5 Hail Marys. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're on the 30th one. 30 out of 125. We're more than a fifth of the way there. Okay. This code is from a science fair style project during high school. It worked, but the code was a mess and took way longer to run than it should have. This is the main analysis program. Running it took over 10 minutes. The worst part is that the room calc function starting at line 181, as well as all the hard-coded parameters at the beginning of the function. Oh, baby. Please don't look at the imports. The rest of the project code base wasn't much better. Again, okay, this is a kiddo. I forgive them. I've already forgiven you, and furthermore, it worked. That's more than a lot of science fair projects ever do.
What line did they say? Line 181?
Was it?
Even though just because it works doesn't mean it's good.
But it's a child science fair project, Room calc.
On one hand, on one hand, you are correct. It is a
Oh.
science fair project. On the other hand, what
Oh,
is
this is
this?
quite bad. Yeah, baby.
Come on, don't mock them now. What do you mean, babies?
I'm not
Don't mock.
mocking them.
What is this? What is this air of superiority here?
It's just cute. I don't know, man. It's it's cute.
It's not bad.
Marv, welcome. Thank you for the follow.
It's not bad for a science fair project.
Yeah. Yeah, I would guess that this was probably some of the better code in the room that day.
It's actually not bad. It's just because you have like 4. Wait. Oh no! Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah.
I just read more carefully. Never mind. It's
Yeah.
See, it's not. It does not matter how good it is. It does not matter. If you did this for one of your science fair projects, as long as it worked, right? That's fine.
Yeah.
As long as it works. And being here and knowing that this function was bad, being self-aware, is a good start. Is a good start, and you can write better code in the future.
And they won. And they won. So good for them. This does seem like a really cool and ambitious project.
Yeah, this is quite a large code base.
Also, like, audio processing and anything that you do on audio data is, like, complicated. It's a hard problem to solve. A lot of people who, like, work with sensor data
Amen to that.
do not work with
Amen.
audio data because it's a nightmare. So, like, this is really cool to be even getting close to in high school.
In high school? Man, how are you doing this shit in high school? Oh no. For us, like our high school teachers gave us, like we did a bit of C++, like some algorithms, some sorting. We were never even taught Git. We were never taught Git in high school.
Really?
And then in university,
How did you submit
in
assignments
university,
then?
fucking Microsoft Teams or Google Drive or a zip file.
For code?
Yeah.
That's
Oh, they had
awful.
Google Classroom. They had a Google Classroom thing. We were never taught Git, and in university, everyone was already expecting us to know Git.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I
Which
would
is normal.
expect
You
that.
should know Git by that point. We should know Git. Your schools were stuck in a previous generation. Yeah, I do think this is like a genuine school affair. But it's actually really cool to see that this is evolving so much.
Yeah.
Across the world. Maybe not where I'm from, but across the world.
Yeah.
Also, look at the next submission. When I was 11, I started making custom levels for a popular online flash game on armorgames.com called Crush the Castle.
I know Crush the Castle.
I joined a small modding group and we eventually became the #1 forum on the entire website, and the dev himself started chatting with us.
Cute.
He gave us tips how to use his code, but warned it has limits, so be careful. Me, being an 11-year-old Giga Chad, obviously ignored that part and modified it to create the smallest possible particle, and then stacked it several hundred times, which was by some heavenly intervention actually stable. Until interacted, which then caused an explosion of sharpnel, instantly killing every NPC on the map, somehow without crashing the game. When I submitted it to the forum, everyone was speechless on how that was possible. Later on, the dev was so impressed by us that he invited me and the other few to be official developers for the sequel. But me not being sure if
Why would
child
this
labor
be-
was still hip and cool, I sadly had to decline.
This isn't a sin. That's
Yeah, it's not a sin.
It's not a sin.
It's just a cool thing.
Everyone
It's
just
a cool
thinks this
thing.
is cool. This is just a
Also-
story about something cool you did.
Also, starting. Okay, let me. I have a lot of. I need to yap on this. Do we have a bit of yapping time?
Yeah, why not?
Surely we have a bit of yapping
Yap-
time.
yap away.
So I started with modding as well, but I started later than this. Just having your at 11 years old, or just as a kid, right? Having doing stuff like this and becoming as you said, the #1 forum on the website and being recognized by the developer, right? That's like the biggest ego boost someone could receive to
Yeah,
continue working.
Jesus, right?
Yeah, like, look, bro, you've done this so well. I like you. Come work with me. That was like the biggest ego boost they could have received.
Welcome.
And this is so cool for on the part of the developer that they did this.
Yeah, that was really nice. The developer too. Like that's a cool thing for a dev to do. Oh, so I'm just curious. I just wanted to have this as background. What was the first language you ever wrote any code in at all?
It was either C# or JavaScript. I actually don't remember. C# or JS.
Wow.
So actually, because I learned on my own without the help of the education system here, because it's garbage. I learned on my own. So I first did high level C# and JavaScript, and then I moved on to low level. Even though people suggest learning it the other way around, where you start with low level and then you move on to high level.
Both.
Yeah, so I think it was probably C#. I remember, but learning by myself, it was quite a difficult path. Like I remember maybe like 1 year after starting to learn it, I still had errors like, trying to access non-static member in a static instance, and I was like, well, what the fuck does this mean? So it was definitely challenging. But I think that's how I learned it, and over time I improved. And then by the point that the education system finally caught up, like I didn't even go to my computer science classes in high school.
Yeah, I just did other homework during class and was occasionally distracted by his arm hair.
Oh yeah, the arm hair again.
The arm hair.
Oh, you had mandatory attendance. I guess everyone did.
Yeah.
For me, the professor was, or the teacher was like, "Oh, you don't have to come to class," and I'm like, "Okay."
That's pretty sick. We had that in math. Like my robotics team taught some of the tech classes, so you could like, as long as you did all the tests and like you did well on the tests, you didn't have to go to math class, and you could just use those periods to teach the tech classes.
That's actually really cool. Also, someone in chat is saying, "Oh, the person who submitted this in chat is saying, I submitted the code that could crash the game given to me by the developer. That's why it was a bit of a sin." To be fair, I don't think so. It's not a sin.
Yeah.
Like, experimenting with someone else's code base and learning programming, and especially if they told you to be careful, and since quote you were a quote 11-year-old giga chad, end quote.
Yeah.
Right? That's actually kind of based.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a sin.
I don't think anything about this is a sin at all. Yeah, no. My first programming language was TI Basic.
TI Basic.
TI Basic. It's the language that graphing calculators used to run.
How long did you stay on TI Basic?
Well, I don't know. I started really young because my sisters would... Okay, so we were stuck in my mom's classroom. I've talked about this a little on stream, but we were stuck in my mom's classroom for hours after school every day. And like a while before school. And so my sisters were making games on the calculators, and I was like a baby. So like I don't know when I started like looking over their shoulders and being useless and like being annoying and backseat coding, but like I know that my first game that I ever made called Spac-Man. So you can guess what that looked like.
Spac-Man.
Spac-Man. Ellie original Spac-Man.
I assume it's no longer available anywhere, right?
No, my mom actually did save the calculators because she thought it was very precious. So we have, I made that, and I made like a game about a girl who's stuck in a box, and she's like, you have to get me out of the box. And then every time you try and get her out of the box, she like resists and tries to rebuild the box. It's very cerebral, very thoughtful, I didn't know how to make a game.
And you were how old at this time? Prediction 8.
I don't know, somewhere around there.
Damn, it's so early. So early.
Well, it was very bad, is I think the key thing here.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how bad it is, right? That's the whole point. Everyone's first attempts are bad.
How do we capture a graphing calculator? I could just do a hand count. I could just be like, hey mom, I'm gonna need those TI-84s.
So someone here says, hold on a second. I'm having some technical troubles. All right. So someone says, When I was a little kid, my PC got fried by a lightning strike and started smoking more than my uncle at a family gathering. So we gave it to the repair service. Did lightning strike your computer?
Whoa.
After a while, they contacted my parents and told them that the motherboard is completely dead. But since I was so young, they felt bad, so the repairman gave me the CPU fan as a memento.
Oh, that's so cute.
Later that summer, I couldn't convince my parents to buy me a standing fan to cool off. So as any little kid would, I improvised and used an old 4.5-volt battery and hooked it up to the CPU fan. By curving paper clips, shoving them into the fan sockets to use them as connectors, and used that as my scuffed desk cooler for like 2 summers in a row.
I think
so
that's
cool.
cute. I think that's just solidly. Yeah.
I agree. Wait, let me grab the photo.
Wait, I love that the photo is just MS Paint. That's so cute.
Oh, this is. Oh, hold on. That's the wrong photo. It's MS Paint. They drew a diagram in the banana for scale.
Whoever you are, very cute. I love it. No sin here. No sin at all.
Obviously, no sin. These aren't even sins.
Yeah, half of these things.
So cool. Yeah. Oh, and it was perfectly safe.
Yeah, there's
as
nothing
well?
wrong with this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I make mods for a game called BeamNG Drive. One of my mods, for some reason, stopped a fender of the car it is for showing. The mod does not edit the mesh, texture, or code of the fender in any way. To fix this, I took the fender and put it into a separate file, and it worked fine until the next update for that vehicle, which fixed it. Huh. I still have no clue if I did something or if the vehicle's coding was that temperamental.
So
I would
regarding
say not a sin.
Oh, you wanna say not a sin, especially with modding. Since unless games have official mod support, they're obviously not built with modding in mind. So anything can happen. I did something like this like a few weeks ago, where I basically did the same thing. The game just wasn't working when I added the mods, so I basically rebuilt part of the game. I think this is the fact that you're able to find a solution. I mean, yeah, not a sin.
Yeah, not a sin at all. Okay, 2. My PC air filter wasn't cleaned for like 5 or so years once. That's a sin.
Same.
What? Dude, you were just complaining about like, oh no, my PC, it's overheating.
That was before. I cleaned it like 1 month ago.
Okay.
I cleaned it like 1 month ago. Okay, that was before.
Dude,
but
that's
I also
probably
had this
still
where
why it's so gross in there. Like, it's probably still just continuing to be gross in there.
I cleaned it. What the fuck do you mean?
You cleaned the filter, but for so long that filter had been full that it might have permanently damaged things.
You think so?
Yeah. Lever,
Very
welcome!
interesting. But hold on. Because when I cleaned it last year, it was the first time I cleaned my laptop after getting it. I cleaned it last year, and then it worked fine for like half a year. My CPU was like at 60 degrees without any problems. Mm-hmm. It only stopped producing outputs this year when I cleaned it, and then like 3 days after, it was back at 90. No, it's just a 90. That's just my idle temperature, or like 70, 80. Oh, look at number 3. Look at number 3.
Oh, whoa. 90 Celsius is an average temperature for my PC to run at, even without having anything intensive like VTube Studio running. Bro, that's just a oven. That's where you bake cookies in there.
I think that's... Oh, this is the... that's the same for me, by the way. So the attached image, which is the carbon they're not showing. My PC is also 90 degrees. Is that actually a problem?
Yes.
Because it's a laptop, right? I heard laptops are meant to get hot like this, or something. No. At this point, it helps me during winter at least, right? So it's.
What, you're using your computer as a heater?
Not just the computer. Like I have an actual heater as well, but the computer helps a bit. Especially if I don't turn on my cooling pad, it gets really hot in here, and it's really really warm, and it's very relaxing, I would say. It does throttle it does throttle, and
You could just get a heating pad. They're not expensive. Can you just put one on
Heating pad?
Throne? We'll buy it for you. I'll buy it for you right now. Put a heating pad on Throne, and I will purchase it today.
I don't use Throne.
Why? What, are you too good for us?
Why?
Same reason you're not a VTuber?
Yeah, but pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Like,
Honestly,
if I want to buy
have
something,
a
I'd
Throne,
buy it
and
myself.
I also don't really use
Mhm.
Throne. There's been nothing up there forever. I'm trying to think. The last thing I put up there was funding for Neurodog.
And I mean, wait, you posted an image, right? You showed it to me that that you finished building it, right?
Yeah, it's all built, but I still have to do the hard part, you know? I
You
would
mean
say
the code? You mean the code's the hard part?
no, I would say the hard part was the design.
Yeah.
Assembly was not hard, obviously. Time consuming, tedious, but not hard. Right, I just hate having to print that many things. Wait while they're printed, clean all my prints. Ew. Oh, right. So anyway, assembly was time consuming and tedious, but not
Mhm.
hard. I would say actually like tuning it, right? Because you can do I've already done like all of the theoretical calculations, on like the simulator, but who knows how it's going to actually move in real life. And so like fine tuning all of that and getting it to work beyond just the like kind of IK that you can calculate, and into like, okay, why is it jittering here? Why is it moving like that? Why is this slow? That's going to be the hardest part.
I see. So basically, I thought you said you had a library for this.
Yeah, I mean, I have a library for calculating basic locomotion, but again, this thing is its own thing, right? I designed this ground up. So there are calculations that you can make to figure out how it should walk, but there's no guarantee that that's actually how it's going to move. You're going to have to do a ton of fine tuning on your own.
I see what you're saying.
Mhm.
You also mentioned that you had it running in a simulation software.
Yeah.
Pretty well.
Mhm.
Does that allow you to import your own models?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, if it's working in the simulation software, then surely. That was a joke, by the way. I have had similar experiences.
Mhm.
I have had similar experiences. To be fair, I don't actually know how hard it is to implement for foot locomotion. I did as we talked earlier. It needs to be robust, right?
Yeah.
It needs to be robust.
Yeah.
So that's going to be pretty difficult.
Yeah. No, it's going to be a whole thing. I want to have it done by the new year. I don't know if that's going to happen because like
By the new year?
Yeah.
Oh, you're speedrunning this.
I mean, yeah, that was the plan. But like, I have no idea if
Oh.
that's gonna happen because, again, I work full time. I stream 3 times a week.
Mhm.
I have like holidays that I have to plan for with my family. So I have no idea if it's gonna actually be done by the new year. But Vettel said that he wanted to start like working together on it early
Mhm.
next year, like
Mhm.
late January type deal.
Actually.
Yeah?
Yeah. Very, very interested to see what comes out of this. Very interested to see.
Me too, man.
Because if this gets done right, and if Phil does his side of things, that means it wouldn't be that hard to switch to a car afterwards.
I know, dude. I know. And imagine her driving a car.
I don't want to imagine her driving a car. I'm not scared of the car. I'm scared of her.
I think that if we limited the speed enough and gave me manual overrides, it would even be fun to do like a sitting in the backseat stream. But that would be dangerous. That would be dangerous. But me not being in the car, not dangerous.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to drive it in public roads.
No! Oh my god! We wouldn't drive it in public roads regardless!
I mean, if you were sitting in the front seat, right, you would be allowed to drive it on public roads.
But I wouldn't!
But you could. You could. You would be legally allowed to, right? As long as you were the driver in the driver's seat. I think that you would be legally allowed.
When I was pitching this, you were like, that's so dangerous, Ellie. How could you propose something so dangerous? And now you're like, get in the driver's seat, drive it on public roads.
Well, see, there's a point where the fun outweighs the danger.
Okay,
And
I see.
I think driving it on public roads would be so funny that it would not matter how dangerous it was.
You're willing to sacrifice my life for the bit. I get it.
I mean, if you add the limiters and you have a manual override, you're not in any danger. And you would also be driving where there's no cars, right? Like you wouldn't be driving around other cars. You'd find an empty public road.
Yeah. Start with a golf cart? Dude, I honestly am more afraid of me driving a like go-kart, golf cart type deal than I am of Neuro driving one.
A golf cart? Why would that be a problem? It's so straightforward.
True Super
not that
7,
hard to
welcome.
drive.
Okay, I have like trauma around this dude, but when I was little, I crashed not actually. I crashed a go-kart into my sister and gave her a concussion that was like pretty gnarly, and I was like so guilty about this that I like still hate driving. To this day, I hate driving. I get so scared every time.
What was the context of that? Was your sister sitting in front of the go-kart, or did you direct the go-kart towards her?
No, she was in another go-kart and we crashed.
Oh, okay. Okay. And this happened at like what, 4 years old? Prediction?
No, I wasn't 4. I don't remember how old I was. But I wasn't like, I want to say probably I was like 10.
So this was after you learned how to solder.
Oh yeah.
So you can be trusted. You can be trusted with a soldering iron, but not with a golf cart.
Dude, I'm so scared. To this day, any vehicle, even like bumper cars at the fair, I get like anxious about driving them. I'm just like, someone else should do this.
So does that mean you don't have a driver's license?
No, I do. I rarely make use of it. Driving is more dangerous than soldering? Yes, of course it is. Look up stats about how many people die soldering and how many people die driving. Duh,
I mean,
idiot!
how do you even manage dying while soldering?
Yeah, what are you doing with it? If you're dying from soldering, you're trying.
It was on purpose.
The lead poisoning? Okay. Once again, I've said this before, I will say it a million more times. Lead is heavy. Duh. It doesn't aerosolize well. It doesn't take to the air because it is heavy. You are much more likely, from inhalation at least, to get sick from using unleaded solder, which has metals that take to the air much more readily and are also pretty poisonous. You can get metal fume fever from using unleaded solder. And leaded solder burns much cleaner, right? Like it melts much cleaner. There's much less smoke, and it doesn't. The lead isn't in the air, right? You're not going to get lead poisoning from breathing while you're soldering with leaded solder. However, you might from like not washing your hands or workspace afterwards. So like, don't be stupid.
Can I mention, if you're soldering, you should have a proper ventilation system. First of all, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Or, What'd you say?
Yeah, you should.
You should. So that means you don't.
Yeah.
I take it that means you don't.
Not the real question.
Is that why people were saying that you would die soon?
Yeah, that among other things, probably. I just don't have great self-preservation.
I mean, to be fair, a moment ago you said you wouldn't jump in the front seat to go on public roads. So I think that's pretty good self-preservation.
I've done a lot of hitchhiking.
In America?
Yeah.
I know nothing about about how easy it is to hitchhike there, but from what I've heard, like at least in Romania, back in the day, it was like very easy to hitchhike. Now you sit out with your. It just takes a long time, depending on which city you're in.
David, welcome.
Like you'll never see someone do that in Bucharest.
Yeah, it's not super safe, but like also I think it's safer than people say. I've never had road problems, and I've done it quite a bit.
Also, keep in mind that when you're hitchhiking, also the drivers and the occupants of the car are wary of you. You're not just wary of them.
Yeah.
So it's like a two-way, trust relationship that needs to form there.
I think it's kind of beautiful. It's a lot like streaming on Twitch.tv, if I'm being honest. It's like the early, when you start streaming and you only have like 1 or 2 viewers, that's the same vibe. You just like people come in and you're just like, "Hi, you ready for my bits and bobs?" And then you just like do some dumb gear. You do your tight 5. They let you out, and then you get into the next car. You do the same tight 5. You know?
I actually have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, it's just a lot like streaming, I think.
Oh, I thought you were talking about streaming right now.
Oh yeah, hitchhiking is a lot like streaming. I'm saying.
I can see the correlation here.
Yeah. So okay.
I think it's fun. Wait, one more thing.
Yeah.
I think it's fun if you're gonna hitchhike on the highway between cities. I think that's the most.
Yes. Because people are
Obviously
bored. They're driving
most useful.
between them. Yeah.
Yeah. It's also a great opportunity to make conversation with the other drivers.
Yeah. No, I think it's fun. But anyway, yeah. So. Yeah, I think this one is yours. Is it mine? I don't remember.
I don't remember. It's long, so it's probably yours.
Fine. At that time, I really wanted. Whoa, this starts weirdly. At that time, I really wanted to create an AI that can interact directly with Twitch chat. The program I used does have a REST API, but I had no clue how to use it. Oh, baby. So instead of learning, I just made the worst setup possible by creating a browser extension that types the Twitch message for me into the input field, presses generate. Oh no.
This is so good.
That's so funny. To get the latest reply in the chat window and send it back with a WebSocket. Of course, it
That's
didn't
so
work.
good.
Because web browsers have security measures preventing you from clicking on a button inside of a tab that isn't focused. So I made an Electron app that disabled every security feature that was on my end.
Less good.
And it finally worked. Extremely scuffed, not performant at all. But I mean, it works. In the end, I did learn how to use the API and even make my own program with Llama CPP, so please forgive me for my sins. Yeah, I forgive you. That's really fun.
First of all, extremely based. So wait, what is this? This is the screenshot they sent.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely based. So you did not know about the REST API, which was such an easy thing to learn about. Right?
Yeah, and instead,
and then
you learned
instead
about
you
like
did all of this.
every security feature in Chrome. You used Electron, which is like weird, man. Like this is the amount of work you did to avoid doing a small amount of work here is, I think, what makes it so funny to me. But I don't even think it's a sin. I think it's okay.
It's not a sin. I mean,
Yeah.
They also said that they learned about the REST API afterwards, right? So they actually got more by doing this.
Yeah.
Because they learned about a bunch of other things.
They learned more total things.
Yeah. So this isn't even a sin. It's like a win. This is, I mean, you have lazy written all over you, and this is what laziness does to programmers. It makes them do more work. But this is not a sin at all.
Yeah, you were sinning, but that S was a W. Coco!
Next one it's definitely mine. Next one is definitely mine. It says, I did 2 weeks worth of work ahead of release and of Factory of Space Age, and gradually pushed my updates to appear to be working. Approved.
Wait,
Approved.
what?
So they released, or they did a bunch of work ahead of time, and they slowly pushed the commits.
I got it. So for their job, they did like all of the work that they would have to do over the next 2 weeks, and then just gradually pushed it. I would have loved to be in like their stand-up meetings. Like morning stand-up would have been so funny. With them being like, "Oh, I'm still working on that. I should have it out by end of day."
I've done this as well. I've done this as well. I mean, to be fair, when working in corporate, right? In 1 week, like what you do in 1 week in corporate, you can usually do in 1 day alone. Yeah. So I just took 1 day because we had like three week sprints. We had 3 week sprints. So I just took like 2 or 3 days.
Dude, a 3 week sprint? I would do that.
Yeah, and we did everything. Either did everything at the beginning of the sprint and then slowly pushed commit after commit, or I would not do anything and then panic on the last day. Do it all on the last day. And then during the stand-up meeting, it's like, "Oh, what's Alex? How's the progress?" I'm like, "Oh, Yeah, I just started working. I started working on that. I haven't pushed anything because it's still a work in progress. It's still a work in progress, so I'm gonna push it soon. I'm gonna push it later tonight, and I obviously wouldn't push it. And by the next day, they would have already forgotten. So that worked pretty well.
Incredible. Okay, not a sin.
Not a sin.
Based in normal. Okay, dear
I
Ellie
can
and
take this one
Alex.
as well if you want me to.
Huh? No, frick off.
Because you had the long one, and I can do multiple short ones. To
Dear
balance
Ellie
out.
and Alex, I hope you both have a wonderful day because I'm going to ruin it. Look at this project I made with love. Thank you. Okay. Thank you
All right,
for the
hold on, let me
love.
open up.
Oh my god!
What is this?
What have you done?
Okay,
What?
first of all, that's not... Okay, first of all, those wires look disgusting.
This? Why did you do this? Why did you do this? What is that? How many breadboards is this?
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. This is 5 breadboards. This is 5 breadboards with the bentest wire I've ever seen in my life. Did you steal this? Did you rip the wiring out of your apartment? Where did this even come from? This did not come off of a roll. And then you've got your components are just lying there disconnected. What is this alligator clip even connected to? It doesn't even look like it's connected to anything. Whoa, God, this cluster of LEDs, this cluster of buttons.
It looks like it's supposed to be for a multimeter, right? But it's not doing anything.
Oh, is that just the leg of a multimeter? That would make sense.
I think so. I think so. That's what it looks like.
Okay, I had a horrible moment because you can also use an alligator clip to do some temporary testing in wiring, and I had a moment of oh my god, what is that connected to? Please tell me that isn't connected to part of the power supply or something. But no, okay.
Also, why do you need 5 breadboards for this?
Why did you need 5 breadboards for this? This would have fit on 1 breadboard. 2. This would have fit on 2 breadboards.
Let's say 2. Let's say 2. Mm-hmm. Also, those green wires in the middle.
What is happening? But again, it looks like they ripped it out of their home.
Out of their what? Their home?
Yeah, it looks like they just ripped the wires out of something. It doesn't look like these were wires that came on a roll of wires. You know what I mean?
Ah. Just because they're bendy?
Yeah, because they're already janked up and bent in every direction. How does that happen?
How does that happen? Well, they probably bent them in every direction before settling on this.
on this peak design, yeah, they iterated to get here. This wasn't their first draft. Yeah, dude, this is terrible. I don't know what to tell you.
At least, I don't know, man. So the LEDs aren't even in line, which also triggers my OCD a bit.
Yeah, I don't like looking at it. I don't like looking at any of this. It's bad.
Have you seen those, what's his name, Ben Eater videos on YouTube?
No, what are they?
No? Is it Ben Eater? Is that what his channel is called? Hold on. He has a series where he builds a 6502 computer from scratch on breadboards.
Oh, why? Wow.
If you want to take a look at that at some point, that's really gonna help you wash out this image from your eyes.
Thank you very much. Ben Eater, breadboard graphics card maker. Incredible. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I am excited to see. Okay, this is bad. I don't like looking at it. I'm closing it. Definitely a sin. Say some Hail Marys. Thank you. We haven't done Our Fathers in a while. Say some Our Fathers.
The sins I've committed should not be forgiven. Okay, so that's a powerful start there. You're telling us we should not forgive you. As much as I'm tempted to commit my advent of code brute force as the answer, the worst thing I can recall is the time the company I work for decided to buy the cheap microprocessor from Alibaba to cut some cost and get the ability to use Modbus RTU via RS485 with higher baud rates. The issue is that we couldn't make it run literally anything aside of some built by manufacturer software. Somehow even GCC refused to run. So when I had to write a software for it, the only solution I found quickly enough was to write all the scripts in Bash. Even the GPIO button handler.
Huh.
Was it good? No. Would I do it today? Hell no. Does it work? Sadly, yes. How do you write? How do you write a GPIO button handler in? What is this?
I haven't opened it yet. Oh my god.
How do you write a GPIO button handler in Bash? What is this?
Apparently, this is how. Wow.
This is cinema. This is cinema. The code isn't even that, like, if you look at the code isn't that bad. It's just unfortunate. It's just unlucky code. It's not bad code.
Oh. Why would you write a button handler in Bash?
Well, they literally said they couldn't do anything else, right? Surely that wasn't a skill issue and they actually couldn't do anything else. It's not even bad code.
No.
I would do this. I love Bash. I would do this.
If it's
sorry,
the
I love
only
Bash.
option, I guess, dude. Oh.
What's wrong? This is like art. This is like art. This is so beautiful.
So beautiful. This is so beautiful.
So beautiful, yeah. I don't see anything wrong with this. I mean, in some cases, right? If you have nothing else, if there's no other option for you, and you have to do something like this, at least you wrote it nicely. It's beautiful code. I would say that writing a button handler, a GPIO button handler in Bash is not. It's not optimal. But if you had no other option, then...
It's definitely impressive.
It's forgivable. It is impressive.
We're gonna call this one not a sin, and I'm sorry for you, though.
They did say that the sins they've committed should not be forgiven.
Well, I mean, I guess we're just more merciful than they imagined. Like a survivor cooking foraged food on a rock. Yes, exactly. Oh, okay. Not my sin, but if you look at the standard calculator on Windows, the top corner between 8 and 9 is 1 pixel off compared to everything else. I had this pointed out to me, so now I must pass it on. No way.
Yeah, you should take a look at that.
Oh my god. Wow. Wow. Why is that true? How did this happen?
Now you know as well.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Oh. This would have never happened if they built the calculator in Electron. This would have never happened if they used React for the calculator. Please don't do React, kids. Please don't do React, kids. It's not healthy for you.
Okay. This is yours, I believe?
I actually don't know what I was doing. That's just
Great start. Okay, it's a short code
image.
snippet. I'm just dragging it on now. Okay.
This looks like
they're making 6 new labels. The labels have bounds. They have fields. What are they doing?
I don't see a problem with this. It looks fine to me.
They're making 6 labels, each with, the same bounds, but in the location of that where that label should be, and then they're just like adding it along so that it goes to that new location, and then the same thing with the fields inside. Yeah.
This looks fine to me. I mean, all of these magic numbers are kind of annoying. I know they're not magic numbers, but you shouldn't really be hard coding pixel values. You should be hard coding pixel values like that, though. But this is fine. I literally have like multiple instances of this in my projects.
Yeah. I don't think you've sinned particularly. I'm fine with this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This would get a thumbs up in the code review saying LGTM.
Reptile number 1, one-liner, later rewritten in C++. Okay, let's look at this. Huh.
Hold on. Where is it? Here.
Okay, so first off, okay, so doing something with dynamic programming, looks like orbital stuff. Okay, sort by first item in tuple because we can't compare the second tuple value, which is a dict. Oh, right, God, you can't, okay.
This is highly unreadable. That's the biggest thing. It's highly unreadable.
Yeah.
Even when you stretch it out, like that chunk of code in the middle does not make any sense.
Yeah.
Also, where's P coming from?
Where even is P? Okay, planet sub P.
I think P is defined above. P might be defined above.
If it is, I haven't found it yet. I'm sure it is, but...
Yeah, it's not here if P is above this.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, also, what is this written in that it looks like this? Is this freaking Notepad?
Oh, you mean the... No, Notepad doesn't look like this.
Like, why doesn't
Even if
it
you change
have
the
any
font.
highlighting, though?
Wait, if you change the font of Notepad, it could look like this.
People are saying paint. What is this? Yeah, it's paint, apparently.
It's paint?
Yeah, paint is their IDE.
Okay.
Which is, I think, a much worse sin than the code itself.
They had to write the red text above it somehow.
Well, yeah, in paint. But you could have just taken a screenshot of your IDE and then pasted that into paint and then written over that to get the comments in if you wanted that.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps.
There's no reason you had to put the code in paint.
Hold on, I seem to be encountering a minor technical issue.
Yeah? What is that?
I have disappeared.
Oh no! Well, actually, okay,
Fun.
I'm looking at the time. It is 2:18. I have to do all of my Christmas shopping, and also go to a party at 5. So,
We have done 40.
I know we're only on 41, but there will be a part 2.
We have done 40.
Part
Out of-
2?
Why are there 128?
Why do people like me? I'm Alex.
Well, I didn't say that. I said
Infinite!
you should have
Oh,
closed
no.
the forum.
Oh.
We won't get this done if you don't close the forum. We're never getting this done.
Gamer Juice, welcome. Yeah, okay. I'll close the form. You actually can also close the form because you're an editor now.
We actually shouldn't close the forum if we're gonna do a part 2, shouldn't we? Should we?
Sure. Okay. So we'll do a part 2 at some point. Are you gonna keep streaming or should we find someone to raid?
We can find someone to raid. I just have completely vanished. I don't exist anymore. I guess
You
I'm-
should have just been a VTuber. That's what I was saying. If you were a VTuber, this wouldn't have happened.
If this wouldn't have happened, I feel like this happens. This can happen to VTubers as well. Just because I'm a different race doesn't mean I'm more susceptible to disappearing.
VTubers are a race. It is illegal to discriminate against VTubers in the workplace. Okay. So, I'm looking at who's on right now. I am literally so dumb, dude. I had a second of like, oh my god, Alex is on. We should raid him. No. So, okay. Shumi is on. Is there anyone you know who's on?
Let me check. Hold on a sec.
Aqua is on. I would lean Shumi or Aqua.
Hold on. Give me a second. Whoever you want, I guess.
Are you sure?
I don't see anyone else on. On my end, yeah, I guess Camilla, but
Oh, Camilla. I actually don't know Camilla that well. But I would love to know her better. Do you think we should rate her?
I rated Camila yesterday. We can rate her again if you want to.
Maybe that's weird. I don't want to put you in that situation.
Yeah, I think so. So wait, who were you suggesting?
Oh, I was gonna say Shumi or Aqua. I rate them all the time though, so it's not like they're gonna be like upsetty spaghetti. We could rate Camilla. It would be nice to meet her, but also I don't want to like if you just rated her, I don't want to be like.
We can,
Hello
if you
again.
want to rate Camila, we can rate Camila.
What do you guys think?
I've also rated Shimi and Nauka recently.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even know you knew them. That rocks. Okay. Let's go rate Camila. I wonder if she remembers me. Probably not, statistically. Let's go.
Sure. Don't spoil the raid. Don't be cringe.
I'm so nervous. Okay.
Why are you
Start-
nervous? It's
Start
Camila.
raid. I don't know, man. Just because I don't know her that well, right? Like, because I'm a freaking dweeb.
No,
What do you want
there's
from
no-
me?
There's no reason to be afraid of her. She's very short and cannot hurt you.
I'll tell her you said that.
So she knows I said that.
Okay.
She knows. Don't you worry.
Okay. Let's go, everybody. Let's go. I'll
All
see
right,
you for
are
the
you
part
rating?
2. Yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. I rated.
Yeah, I rated as well.
Okay.
Alex. Thank you for the raid, Alex.
She didn't see you.
God.
He got dodo mold.
She didn't see me.
Satanic priest and